Good evening, welcome to Bristol, welcome to the Pound. It's a Sunday night and it's ice hockey time in Bristol. It's the Bristol Pitbulls against the Swindon Wildcats, and as you've seen, Faceoff has been delayed by approximately 10 minutes. We're awaiting the arrival of one of the officials. So a little bit delayed, but plenty of time to get into the pre-game. I'm delighted to say I've been joined by Jake Clements today. Jake, your debut on the Pitbull stream. You were in Swindon last night. What was the game like last night?
Very even game, to be fair. Although we were slightly unlucky to lose. We did shoot ourselves in the foot by giving the puck away a few times, but we played very good hockey at times. Bailey Harewood was one of the standout players last night. Moved the puck about lovely, but other than the few giveaways, we were really, really solid last night, and I'm really excited for tonight's game, thinking we could get a positive result.
Yeah, and we'll go through the teams shortly. In that game, Owen Sobchuk received a 5+ game for a slew foot. He is out tonight because of that. You can see the lineups in front of you. Just running through it. So for the Pitbulls today, we're expecting Ben Norton to get the start. So Matt Smith will back him up. The back end, Dan Bradley, Ed Bradley, Neil Lydiard, Sam Smith and Tanner Butler making his home debut for the Pitbulls. The forward line, or the forwards, Adam Harding, Sean Morris expected to play probably third line centre with no Owen Sobchuk today. Jay Warren, Nick Corrick, Elliot Lewis, Luke Smittle, Ralph Sasenis, Bailey Harewood, Johan Lindgren, Bobby Reagan making his first start in the Pound as well, and Mason Lipsey. For the Cats tonight, Tyler Perry led the team out for warm-ups. He's expected to start on his return to Bristol. He'll be backed up by Rennie Marr. They're missing Luke Johnson from last night, Tyler Blues in number 22 today, Stevie Whitfield, Sam Godfrey, Edgar Bebris and Jamie Smith on the back end. The forwards are unchanged from last night, so Badin Picozzi, Alfie Druitt, Chris Jones, Dylan Lipsey, Reed Sayers, Gail Lebuele, Glenn Billing, the big signing from Peterborough, Josh Shaw also making his return to Bristol, Thomas Malazinski and Colby Tower. The three import forwards for the Cats, they're going to be key throughout the season. They very much, especially with the unfortunate loss of Reece Kelly for the Cats, they certainly look like a team that are going to try and win a lot of games, maybe 8-6, 9-7 this year. So those three, as the Cats come out onto the ice, led by Tyler Perry, those three forwards you feel like are going to be key if the Cats are going to have a successful season this year, Jake.
Yeah, especially Lavelle. He looked unbelievable last night. Really had a really strong demeanour on the ice. And I think the other guys also did a really good supporting role in helping Lavelle. He obviously picked himself up a goal last night, and it was really, really good all-round performance from all the import players on their behalf.
Yeah, and as I said about Glenn Billing as well, he was the Phantoms' top point scorer last year. I think 58 assists. You've got a guy like that on your line if you're a goal scorer, is a dream.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Someone you want on every team. He played an unbelievable game last night. He had a really important role in picking up their fourth goal last night. Very lively in front of the net, picked off a pass from Pitbulls right out in front and then ripped it past Smith at the back of the net. Hopefully we can avoid doing that tonight and keep him off the score sheet.
As the officials have joined us on the ice, unusual to the on the ice after the visiting team, but good to see. I'm not sure the full team. I know James Irons is refereeing, is one of the referees today. Not that I'm naming names of the late referee, but it might have been Mr. Irons. As the Pitbulls are almost ready to come out onto the ice. Spike getting the crowd going, and it might be pre-season, it might be a friendly, but games between these two teams are very rarely friendly.
Yeah, it was a very feisty affair last night. Everyone laying the body out at any opportunity given to them. I'm really looking forward to tonight's game because last night was such an entertaining affair. Hopefully we can get a very similar game tonight. Obviously, this time it going in the Pitbulls' favour.
Yeah, and we touched on the Cats team missing Nick Johnson. They're also missing Sam Bullis, Russ Cowley and Aaron Nell. So missing your captain, your second top point scorer last year, and a very experienced forward who can play on the back end as well, Cowley. Again, pre-season, so I guess results don't matter. It's about the time in the legs and building up to that first game next weekend. I think Swindon start off with Sheffield and Hull. The Pitbulls got the double-header against Leeds. Is it maybe a good thing for some of the especially the kids on the Swindon team? You look at Druitt and Lipsey. Good to get some extra ice time into those legs, get them used to playing at a National League pace when maybe their minutes will be reduced when Nell and Cowley are around.
Yeah, it's always important to get your young players on the ice, give them that experience, and especially in a game that's such as feisty as this one, it gives them that other side of hockey. That's not just skating down the ice and scoring. You just get the physical aspect brought into it for them. So it's a great learning curve for your young players. and an event like this is just perfect for them to learn. Although I would say it'd be important to get the experienced players on the ice as well, so you get the time into their legs as well. Although they've been through this loads of times before, but it's just important to get everybody on the ice so everybody's fresh and ready for the start of the season.
And if you're a young player and the Cats bring in a guy like Lubuele, who he's a really good point getter, but he's not afraid to stand up for his teammates, he's not afraid to throw the body. That just brings you a little bit more confidence as that young player, knowing that you've got somebody there to protect you if a player comes after you for whatever reason. And just having a guy like that is so key on a team. The Pitbulls maybe don't have that player, but they've got players that will stand up.
Yeah, of course, it's always important to have that sort of enforcer guy who's always going to have your back. It also gives you that sort of freedom to be able to go and play your style of hockey, and if you get yourself caught out by somebody, then he's always going to be there to have your back.
And we will just pause as we prepare for the national anthem. Hockey time in the pound. It's Polton and Ions in charge of tonight's affair. I'll try and see the linesmen's names when I can. I want to touch on Tanner Butler for the Pitbulls. He obviously flew in Tuesday afternoon, flying straight in from Australia, straight into the lineup on Saturday. How did he impress last night?
He was brilliant. He has that really sort of great demeanour on the ice when he's on the puck. He holds the puck with confidence and swagger, and he played really well last night, both in the defensive zone and the offensive zone.
The camera focusing on Josh Shaw. Josh Shaw, obviously a fan favourite last year. The big hair, the willingness to throw his body around and be in the right place at the right time. He's a big plus for the Cats to bring him in.
Yeah, a big plus for anybody to have a player of Josh Shaw's calibre. Might want to see him pick up a few more goals, but he's a great player to have on your roster at any point.
Yeah, only 9 points last year. Obviously, it was a limited role he had with the Pitbulls, and as the season progresses, as he gets older, obviously he'll pick up more minutes, but week by week you expect. But yeah, maybe more points is what's in order. And you see Lubuele, I think everybody knows what Malazinski's about. He's a big points getter, 115 last year, but Lubuele on that slightly weaker Bison roster with 77 points last year. I don't want to say you want to keep him out the box because the edge he brings is important, but just being on this team, he's going to get even more points than 77, and having maybe 4 or 5 guys that are pushing 80, 90 points for the Cats this year, they're going to be very difficult to keep out of the net. Exactly,
yeah, you're completely right there, Lewis. Lubuele last night didn't look at all out of place on that left wing. He sort of had that really strong demeanour on the puck, like I said, mentioned that Butler had, but obviously more attacking. He held the puck brilliantly, he skated around quite a few of the Pitbulls players like they weren't even there. And he really looked like he could score at any moment he had the puck, and he brought everybody else into the game at the same time.
So it's nearly time for hockey. We've got Lipsy out there against Billing on the opening face-off, Smittle, Bradley and Butler, and I think it's Lindgren on the left wing. The Pitbulls win the opening draw, and we're underway in possession. Ed Bradley takes if there was a slew foot last night, that looked pretty similar to it, but play goes on. The Pitbulls can't find the puck behind the Cats' net, but they're on the forecheck as they were last Saturday. That was one of their best assets last week. The forecheck D-side couldn't deal with it, but the Cats have dealt with it so far. And that's a nice pass for Billing. Pitbulls forced the turnover, and they have possession in their own zone. Bradley, nice cross-ice pass. The Pitbulls go down the left wing. It's Warren who dumps it in. Smith takes a hit to make a play. The puck comes round the boards to Bradley. Right in front of the Cats bench. But will keep the puck in momentarily, but the Cats have it down the right wing, and yeah, no surprise, they'll dump that in and break for a change. Lebuele, well, they call the icing. I think Lebuele probably did enough to negate that, but the play's going back down into the Cat zone. Luckily for them, most of that line had already changed, so just a fairly even start after that before the first whistle.
Yeah, I think that's slightly harsh to be called for icing now. I thought you made the centre line, but I guess the officials thought otherwise. Really quite a tame start compared to last night's game, in my opinion.
Wow, and obviously the Pitbulls scored after 13 seconds against the Dragons last Saturday. It's Harding out there for the draw. It's a win for the Cats, and they will get reset with Whitfield up the right wing side, and they'll break into the offensive zone. Lydiard blocks the shot. Well, I'll be saying that plenty of times this year, and he'll be first to that puck. Well, I'll leave it for his winger. Lydiard will go back to his red line. Pitbulls, nice cross-ice pass. Can't quite be corralled by Harewood, but he gets around his man out in front. Puck bouncing off skates. Tyler Perry does well to come out and cover, but that is Bailey Harewood in a nutshell. Gets down that right wing with his speed, plays the pass out in front, and Pitbulls couldn't quite get on the end of the pass.
Harewood always got that ability to beat a man. It was phenomenal last night for the Pitbulls. And the same thing happened again last night. He's throwing a puck in front a few times, bounces off a few skates and ricochets towards the net. It's always important to get pucks on net in the game, and we're getting that off people's feet these days.
Yeah, and you never know what kind of bounce you can get as the Cats win the draw, but an awkward bounce means the Pitbulls keep it in momentarily. That's Smith behind his own goal. The Pitbulls forecheck comes up good. Lydiard with a shot on net, no screen. Perry can't control it. It's fed out into the slot. That's a really important stick from the Cats there to stop that going to Lipsy in the high slot. Pitbulls keep possession. Lipsy will try and dump that in. There's another icing call. I thought Dylan Lipsy got his stick on that, but officials disagree, and we're going to come back for icing in the Pitbull zone this time.
Yeah, fairly even start here. It's quite a tame game at the minute. It's not the lively affair it was last night, but it looks like it could get into it. Again, I thought the Pitbulls had made the centre line before dumping that in, but I guess the officials thought otherwise.
It's a win for the Pitbulls, but a contested puck down in that corner. Pitbulls come away with the puck, and it's Sam Smith, the former Swindon defenceman. Can he find the break-up pass? He can, that's tipped, but Pitbulls can't get into the zone, and the Cats could be away 2-on-2. Good stick from Smith to stop Shaw breaking towards net. And the Pitbulls just about get it out of their own zone. And Jay Warren after it, chasing up against Bedbris. Again, icing's called. I think that time was probably the right decision.
Yeah, that time pretty confident. Nobody made the centre line before dumping that puck down the ice.
But yeah, both teams still feeling each other out here. The ref's calling captains over, possibly. Not that the Pitbulls officially have a captain yet. Nothing doing. We get ready for a face-off to the right of Ben Norton. Cats win it, and they've got the puck down low. They feed it back up high. It's Blues on the right side. Smith swings it back down low. Malajinsky, top point scorer in the National League last year. Back to that right blue line slot shot, blocked out in front, and Sean Morris first to it as expected, playing as a forward tonight. The Cats keep that in though. Picozzi on the right wing. Can he keep it in? He does. But a nice backhand pass. Now out into the slot. Whitfield just behind him, and it's forced for Smith to clean up in the neutral zone. And Cats come again. That's a nice little give and go. Picozzi again. Tries to feed it out into the slot again, but no dice. So that pass comes off the skates of Lewis, and the Cats fire towards net. Could be a good chance at the back door. Oh, just into the feet of Picozzi. If that was a better pass, or if Picozzi was ready for it, or slightly more alert, it could have been a goal-scoring opportunity, but the Pitbulls have the puck still in their own zone. That's a nice hit from Lewis, but the Cats have possession. They try and look for a pass to the back door, and it's cleared away. The Pitbulls try and get a change, but they don't clear it too far. They do at least get half a change in. Sean Morris still out there. The Pitbulls get a change on the back end. Here's Tanner Butler, a Canadian. Nice little give and go. The puck rolls off his leg. I don't think he had complete control of where it was, but Pitbulls maybe just, the Cats growing into this game a bit quicker than the Pitbulls. Puck's turned over by both teams, and here comes Labuele. Shot off a stick over the top of the net, doesn't go into the netting. Cats recycle. Shot on net, Norton sees it all the way, glove save. And a really good couple of shifts there from the Cats. The majority of, since that last field, the majority of the play in the Pitbull zone.
I think I think the Pitbulls are quite lucky not to be behind here with that chance for Podsnell. Wide open at the back door and just couldn't quite get his feet right to get his stick on the puck to get the puck in the goal. But close for the Cats, a bit like how they played last night, to be fair.
And the Pitbulls win that defensive zone draw, though the puck's sent around the boards, and the Cats should be able to keep it in, and they do momentarily at least. Here comes Harewood though. Harewood into the offensive zone for the Pitbulls. And he leaves the puck behind. The Cats can come back the other way. Bouncing around in the neutral zone. The Cats recycle and come back is Godfrey. Tipped in, and no ice in, over the top of Norton's net. Pitbulls have the puck. And work out the right wing to Harewood. It's deflected, but works out well for the Pitbulls, for Harding. And that pass nearly found Harewood breaking down the right wing, but the Cats can come away 3-on-3. A nice little stick check. Finds the pass, ends up on Harewood's stick, and the Pitbulls can break down the left. Looking for a drop pass maybe. Oh, it's a nice idea just off the stick of Ed Bradley. Was that Harewood in fact. Icing's going to be negated by Malazinski, he's in behind the net. Picotti skating into the slot. Good work from the Pitbulls defenseman to stop that pass being allowed to happen, and here's to Senis. Senis behind his own goal. Stops up and he's maybe looking for a trip as Billings after him, the two former Phantoms up against one another. The Cats work it up high. Shot on net, maybe took a deflection. Norton managed to get at least cover it. He had the glove up ready to make a high stop. It definitely deflected more down to his midriff, but he makes a stop.
Yeah, good save from Norton. Tipped right out in front of him. He's got to be alive early on in these games, and he's more than equal to make the save there with his body instead of the glove that he had right up and ready for the catch.
Yeah, good early signs for the Cats so far. They've controlled most of the last 3 or 4 minutes as the Pitbulls win another draw and try and work it down the right wing, but Sasenis can't control the puck, although they do get the clear. Bebris forced to restart in his own zone. Comes out to the right wing. The Pitbulls force a turnover and they could be away 2-on-2. Oh, that's going to be offside. That's unfortunate. Good work with the stick from Stevie Whitfield on that right D side. Sends the Pitbulls offside. But I say good work, he's going to be called, is he? Yeah, he is going to be called, and the Pitbulls will have the first power play opportunity of the game.
Yeah, he's called for hooking now. It seemed slightly harsh, but the officials obviously saw something more in it than I did, and a good chance for the Pitbulls to get their power play unit up and running tonight. They were a bit slow last night, so hopefully they can move the puck around a bit more today and get a good opportunity. And
they win the draw. Harding clean back to Ed Bradley, down the right wing side. Here's Harding, back up top to Bradley. Down to that left side, here's pass to the right side for Harding. But was moving the puck well, but not really creating much of any shooting lanes. Here's Bradley across to Harding. Controls on his backhand side, forced backwards, and he'll bounce off the boards behind Norton's goal, and the Pitbulls will reset. Bradley to lead the rush. The Pitbulls do get into the offensive zone, and can they get set up now? Ed Bradley up high, thinks about the shot. Does shoot, it's fanned on, and it could be a chance. Ben Norton's going to have to be alive to this, and he is. Well, he gives the puck away. Malazinski, not the guy you want to give the puck to in the offensive zone, but good work from the Pitbulls to force the turnover. That could have been dodgy for the Pitbulls, but they're back away, and it's Harding who breaks into the offensive zone down this right-hand side. Harding out in front, good pass. Can the Pitbulls get it out in front? They do. It's in the blue paint. Tyler Perry nowhere to be seen. He committed to the pass, but no Pitbulls player could just punch that puck over the line. It was just sat in the blue paint. The Cats do really well to get that clear, and the Pitbulls change. It's Harewood down the right wing. Does really well to avoid the check, and it was a nice idea with the pass, but Picotti does well to get in front of it and clears down the ice. 40 seconds left on the Whitfield minor. The Pitbulls have to start from behind their own net. It's Lindgren. Tries to go cross ice, it comes off a skate. Pitbulls work out in front for Lindgren. Good pad save from Perry. Another shot, the net's coming off its moorings because I'm not sure who it is pushing a Pitbulls player onto the back of the net, but certainly about to collapse on Tyler Perry, and Pitbulls maybe not really got a great setup at any point, but they've had a couple of really good chances.
Yeah, the power play looks very lively tonight. Really, really unfortunate not to be in front, when the puck's dangerously dangling in front of the goal line.
The Pitbulls can't win that draw clean. Lipsy on the draw, and it's cleared by Godfrey, but the Pitbulls keep it in. There's a backhand pass, not enough on it, but the Pitbulls keep it in. Hare would find a shot. No, he goes back to Butler. Butler shoots just wide. That's an absolute missile of a slap shot from Butler. Harewood back to Butler. Will he go again? Penalty's over. Pitbulls have a chance getting in. Shot, goal! Pitbulls take the lead. I think it's Johan Lindgren. It's Luke Smittle, in fact. The Pitbulls open the scoring just as the penalty expires. Oh no, it is Johan Lindgren. I did get it right first time. And yeah, Lindgren skates in from that left wing side. Received the pass from Tanner Butler. Thought about the shot again, but this time feeds the puck to Johan Lindgren, and he has far too much time to skate in. And a guy with his resume is always going to score that. Yeah,
an absolute stunning finish from Lindgren, top shelf, but all credit should go to Tanner Butler for keeping it in at the blue line and keeping the power play alive. Knocks it to his left hand side and sees Lindgren rip one into the top right hand corner.
Well, Pitbulls win the draw, but an early offside blows the play dead. Yeah, and the power play looked good without looking too structured, and the Pitbulls will want to see maybe more structured, but they'll be happy to score. And the Pitbulls are away again, although the puck's taken off of Jay Warren's stick. The Pitbulls on the forecheck. Sean Morris and Jay Warren herring after the puck. Whitfield goes down. That's going to be a trip. It's an unfortunate one. Tyler Perry off to the bench. And can the Cats get set up 6 on 5? It's a nice little move from number 8. That's Alfie Druitt, but the Pitbulls do end the 6 on 5. A bit of a tangle of sticks and skates over there. Sends the Cats player into the boards, but it's going to be a penalty on Jay Warren. It's a trip signalled by Mr. Irons, I believe. So after taking the lead, the Pitbulls will be on the penalty kill.
And the penalty kill was very impressive last night. Obviously the 5-minute major because of subject ejection, and they only conceded once on that, which is for a 5-minute major was brilliant. And they were very, very sound in front of their own net.
The Cats win the draw, and it's going to come back. The Pitbulls win the draw, or the Cats win the draw, but it bounces over Bebris's sticks, so they'll be happy that it'll reset. It's Chris Jones on the offensive zone draw for the Cats. Just asking what the issue was with that face-off win. The Pitbulls win it this time, and they'll ring it round the boards, but not with any real power. The Cats, well, they've kept that in. Nick Corrick didn't seem to think so, but the Pitbulls will get the clear, and Corrick could be away. Oh, that's a really important stick from Bebris, and the Cats have it down low. The pass is to Labuele if they can find it. They can. They work it beneath Norton's net. Nice little give and go, given away sadly for the Cats, and the Pitbulls just get out of the zone. The Cats known to play that 4 forwards, 1D, and when that D's Bebris, it's always like having 5 forwards out there. Harding with a good stick check at the line, and he'll get the clear. He'll get that to the red line, and the Pitbulls will get all 4 skaters off. There's a really big clearance from Harding. 1:10 to go in the Warren minor. And Cats will slowly build up. Bebris pass down to the Cats' right wing side. Just about stay onside as Picozzi dumps it in. Pitbulls work it to Lydiard, and Lydiard should get the clear and does it. It's a nice clear as well. Could the Pitbulls be away short-handed? They scored short-handed last night. No, so that's going to be an easy call, and are we going to get a penalty shot potentially here? Yes, we are. The Pitbulls will have a chance of a penalty shot. I'm not sure who it was of the Pitbulls that skated through there, but an easy call for the Pitbulls. And yeah, it's Bebris who did what he had to do really, as Sasenis got him behind, and he'll be responsible for the penalty shot. This could be a big moment for Sasenis.
A great opportunity for a second goal here. The crowd is roaring Sasenis to sit this puck in the back of the net. What do you think?
He's one of the Pitbulls' most talented players, so he's certainly got the capabilities. So Sasenis taking it Onto this near side. The lefty working it onto his forehand side. Forehand backhand. Good stop, Perry. Sasenis tried to put the moves on, but Perry didn't bite. And in the end, an easy pad save for the former Pitbulls netminder. But that shows what the Pitbulls can do. Obviously, they scored short-handed last night. It was more of a mistake that Lindgren capitalised on last night. That one was a good clear, and Sasenis just out-battled Bebris going to net, and it's an easy call. Sometimes I do think when you get a penalty shot, it seems unfair that you only get the penalty shot. If you don't score, that's it. But it is what it is. Sean Morris has a chance. That's going to be a trip, and the Pitbulls will be 4 on 4. It'll be 4 on 4. Good work by Sean Morris. Really good turning circle, and it's Josh Shaw going to the box. And he gets some ironic cheers from the Pitbulls fans. We go 4 on 4. And yeah, just good work by Sean Morris there. You're just seeing the replay. He just gets the spikes come to say hello to the commentary team. Yeah, Sean Morris obviously playing as a forward tonight as the Cats win the face-off. Spike desperate to get the cameraman's attention as 72 Billing loses an edge. Pitbulls dump it in. You do always feel 4 on 4 favours the more technically able team, and you would say with the forwards the Cats have, that should suit them, but the Pitbulls work it up high. Good save. Perry allows the rebound, but no harm done. No Pitbulls in a dangerous area there. Lipsy just outside the slot. Just under 10 seconds left in the Warren minor, so the Pitbulls will have 120-ish to play with on the power play. And here come the Pitbulls, and Warren out the box. Pass to the back door, chance. Good save, Perry. Can't find the rebound, it's bouncing around. Perry, about the third attempt, does manage to cover it. There's bodies all over the place in the blue paint, but Perry not looking completely convincing, but making the saves, and that's what's most important at the end of the day.
It doesn't matter how you save it as long as it doesn't go in the net, but he is miles out of his crease making that stop, and had to cover it on the 4th or 5th attempt there. But didn't go in the net for the Cats, so it's always a benefit. Bonus.
Spike doing his best to get the cameraman's attention, but no dice so far. Adam Harding loses the draw, and Bebris will bounce it off the boards, and the Cats should be able to get it clear, although the Pitbulls, as per usual on the forecheck, work it back up high. That top unit back out. Bradley just keeps that in according to Mr. Saw. And the Pitbulls get set up with Corrick towards the back door. Nice little first time pass, but Pitbulls can't find the shooting chance there. Harding over to that left hand side with Corrick. He skates in. Back door. Pitbulls can't get a firm stick on that. Sasenis trying to bury it. And there's punches being thrown at a player on the ice here. This could be we're going to see what the calls are, of course, but that certainly was a one-way fight. Is that a Jay Warren special? It is Jay Warren involved, as per usual. We'll see the replay now as the Pitbulls worked it out to Corrick, and they allowed him too much time to skate in. Perry again, not convincing, gets the save, and yeah, I mean, Warren's just cleaned out from behind and then led on, and the Pitbulls will be 5 on 3 for 39 seconds. Didn't see the number. Cats are one of the teams with no sleeve numbers, which is the most frustrating thing. You can't see it is in the box, and big chance of Pitbulls with 39 seconds, 5 on 3.
5 on 3, you have to capitalise on an opportunity like this. You don't get many in a game, so when they do crop up, you have to score. There's so much space on the ice for everybody on the rink, so it'll be a great opportunity to create a goal scoring opportunity.
Cats spoil the draw, but the Pitbulls have possession with Sasenis. He works it to Bradley. Pitbulls work it down below the net. Nice little give and go. Back up to Bradley. Will he shoot? He doesn't. Back to Bradley. He shoots now. Deflected, I think, off his own man. I think that bounces off Warren, but the Pitbulls keep it alive. Bradley again. Pass to Sasenis. Shot off a leg, off 2 legs, in fact. And the Cats get the clear. Jones does the smart thing, and that should kill the 5 on 3. Jones maybe could have gone in 1-on-1. Just him and the defenseman, but decides to just flick it out, and the Cats are back to 4 skaters as the Pitbulls change. Elliot Lewis breaking to net. They don't opt for the pass. The Pitbulls look to get set up with Bradley again. Good little dummy shoots, deflected. Again, blocked out in front, I think by Bebris this time. The Pitbulls work out high to Corrick. Here's Ed Bradley again. Pitbulls, can they work out into slot? It's another block pass. The Cats doing really well to stop the pucks getting towards Tyler Perry's net. Pitbulls keep it alive with Sasenis. He nearly loses an edge, but keeps it alive. Here's Adam Harding. Across to the far side, just bobbles over Gorrich's skate. Lewis goes net. He's going to draw a call. He's cross-checked into the side of into the wood or into the metal of the net. I think that's Lebuele. It's not Lebuele, in fact. But again, the Pitbulls 39 seconds of 5-on-3. The Cats kill 121 again. But I mean, that's going to be one of the easiest calls of the night.
Yeah, some over-aggressive defending from around the net from the Wildcats there. Sees them go to the box to be 5-on-3 again.
It's Colby Tower in the box. He did pick up 99 penalty minutes, so maybe not surprised to see him in the box. It was just a cross-check behind the, I don't want to say behind the play, but behind the net. The play was dead. Tyler Perry covered the puck, and that could have ended up a lot worse for Elliot Lewis down there. The Pitbulls win the draw. Can they get a good chance 5-on-3 this time? The second unit out, Harewood, back to Butler. Lindgren, the goal scorer, nearly has it taken off his stick. He needs help down there. Cats doing a good job keeping the puck pinned to the boards. Who can find the loose puck? Pitbull still battling for it, and they do come away with it. 20 seconds left, 5-on-3. Harewood up high. Here's Butler. Oh, his pass is picked off, and the Cats could be away. Harewood makes the good defensive play to prevent that. Butler, it's the right idea, but well read by Jones, who's been excellent on this penalty kill. Harewood, drop pass to Lindgren. Here's Butler, releases and a missile, good save. Perry, and a second save. Two really good stops from Perry, and the Cats are back to 4 skaters again. There's Malazinski, he dumps that in. Pitbulls certainly blowing at the door, or knocking at the door, but can't get that goal. Here's Harewood skating in. Can't quite beat the last skater, and it's cleared away. Just under a minute left in the Tower cross-check. Pitbulls change back to the top unit. Down this right wing side. Here's Harding. Turns back. Pass back towards his own blue line, and a ball battle ensues in front of the Cats bench. And the Cats will come away with the puck with Bedbris. He'll pass to his D partner. It's a bit of a risky pass, but I think that's Whitfield who does well with it and can clear. Pitbulls have possession. 15 seconds left on the power play. They'd love a goal right now. Harding lets that puck run, but it's not going to get to where Bradley. The Cats could have been away. Bradley, can he find the pass? He can. Harding. A really good diving stick from Godfrey, or not Godfrey, from Whitfield. The Pitbulls have it down low. The Cats are back to full strength. Pass to the left D side. It's a nice pass to Harding. Can he find a lane to net? He shoots, blocks. I think that was off the hand of the Cats player. The Pitbulls keep it in momentarily. A little bit messy, but the Cats clear, and they've got a possible 3-on-2 here. Oh, I think that's the wrong pass, though. They try and feed it out down low into the slot, but Pitbulls had that covered. It was this man skating in that was the worry for the Pitbulls. Here's Luke Smittle. He loses the puck, and it's Dylan Lipsey, Mason's younger brother, of course. Pitbulls force a turnover and get it out of their zone. Here's Smittle down the right wing. He takes a big hit. Pitbulls fans don't like it, but that's a big clean hit in open ice. Not going to get a call there, and the Cats have possession in their own zone. That's a nice little backhand flick down the right hand side. Dylan Lipsey after it. He just pokes it down deep into the Pitbulls zone. That puck rebounds nicely for Tower. That could have been cool. No dice. We're going to get a misconduct from the bench here. Ions certainly not happy with what he heard from the bench. I understand the Cats' frustrations there. It could have been maybe a kneeing call there, but the Pitbulls will have a chance on the power play.
Smittle was very lucky not to find himself going to the box there. Quite an outrageous.
If he was hit any harder, he would have been in the box from that open ice hit.
Up over the glass, I reckon.
I think it's Shaw. I don't know whether Shaw was called for the abusive official. It's a huge hit. As I say, the fans don't like it, but that's exactly the hit you want to see if you're a Cats fan, and if it's the other way around, the Pitbulls will be screaming and cheering for it. So it's Josh Shaw in the box. I say I don't know whether it's him that receives the abuse of the official, or if it's just on the bench itself. But the Pitbulls, another power play opportunity. They've got to take one of these chances.
Absolutely. Not a lot of 5-on-5 hockey being played here. Everyone's playing in the box almost.
Very similar to the second period last night, as the Cats again win the draw. Pitbulls maybe not doing enough in the face-off circle so far, and the Cats will clear that down the ice. Norton will calm that puck down behind his own goal, and it'll be Ed Bradley's job to lead the rush. He comes to this right side and switches it to Corrich. Probably head back to Bradley. Off a stick it goes to Bradley. Harding asks for it on his right-hand side. Bradley shoots off a pad. Perry didn't have a clue where that one went. He made the save. The Pitbulls recycle the puck. Here's Corrich to Bradley. Finds Harding. Harding can't find the lane to net. Just leaves it back. Bradley with a shot high. Pitbulls still have possession. Corrich trying to find an opportunity, but the Pitbulls lose the puck and the Cats come away 2-on-2 short-handed. It's Picozzi. Really good to play. Ed Bradley played the body exceptionally well there. Stop Picozzi breaking to net. The Pitbulls will reset from behind their own goal. A little bit risky in the pass off the ball, but Bradley finds it. The Pitbulls change. Here's Lipsy. Lipsy forced to turn back. He's hit and the Cats forced the turnover. It's his opposite number Tower and Lebuele going the other way. Mates back home in Canada. Lebuele's pass a bit loose, but just means Pluzzi will get the puck behind his own net. You've got a good nickname when even I know it. The Cats clear, but it's going to be Lindgren in possession. 22 seconds left on the power play. The Cats have done an exceptional job, short-handed so far. Lindgren down the left wing, comes inside. Is that going to be a trip? It looks off, but it's called. Norton heads to the bench. The Pitbulls work it down low into the slot. Can't quite get it out of the skates. Pitbulls 6-on-4 for the time being. The Cats are about to return to 5 skaters momentarily. Here's Butler. Back to 5 skaters now for the Cats. Harewood under pressure, spins. 6-on-5 now for the Pitbulls. Here's Lindgren. He shoots. Save. Pad save out into the behind his own goal. Deflects back to Lindgren. Here's Butler across to Harewood. It bounced off his stick, and he's forced to retreat into his own zone. Pitbulls now need to reset, get back on side. Give and go between Harewood and Lewis. Butler, sorry. Harewood out to Lindgren. Off the leg, where Pitbulls will keep possession. Here's Butler. Needs to go back on side again. This, the power play that eventually will come, or if it does come, will be in the across the 2 periods, and there is the whistle. 1:50 to go, and yet again the Pitbulls will have a man advantage.
I think I can count on my hand how many minutes have been at 5-on-5 in this game. It's living up to what it was last night. Very feisty affair with the Wildcats taking way too many penalties in this period to my liking.
Yeah, I do think that was the softest of the calls so far. It's Lebuele in the box. I can certainly see why the call's been made, but it was a very tame trip, and the Pitbulls, I said it on the last power play, they've really got to take advantage of one of these opportunities as their top unit is back out there. Ed Bradley under pressure. It's a nice pass to Harding. Here's Corrich. He shoots, looking for a tip from Warren. He can't quite find the net. Here's Corrich. Works it back along the boards. Warren lets it go beyond him for Cisenis. Cisenis to Harding. Cats have got a good setup. It's going to be a 5-on-3 yet again. Warren taking cross-check after cross-check in front. Is it going to be Warren going to the box? They're both being guided away. It's Whitfield and Warren. I think Warren's not happy that he's being called as well.
Warren is in the head of every Wildcats player at the minute. He's in and amongst it every time he gets on the rink, and the Wildcats do not like it one bit.
I mean, that's Jay Warren. I know he's certainly, if there's any Hull fans tuning in, I really doubt there is, but they don't like him. Swindon certainly don't like him, and that's the player he is. But if you go and ask players from other teams who's the kind of player you hate playing against, it's Jay Warren, and that's the biggest thing you can say about him is people don't want to play against him, and we're going to see him with Luke Smith a lot this year. It's Whitfield in the box with Warren. You're going to see Warren and Smith a lot this year, and teams are going to hate playing against those two together.
That's going to be a horrific line to play against. With Warren chirping at you all the time, Smith will lay in the body. That's going to angst a lot of teams this year.
And we did discuss this off air before the game. For those two in particular, it's going to be about not giving away silly penalties. So there, Warren, you're going to, when it's a call like that, both players are going to head to the box. But what you don't want is your players like Warren and Smith to take too many penalties. You want them to draw more than they give or they take. So far tonight, they've done that excellently.
Yeah, they've been phenomenal at keeping it at 5-on-4 in our favour instead of making us go down a man, and we're going to the man advantage again now as the penalty's offset.
Yeah, as they offset, so still 5-on-4. The Pitbulls work it to Ed Bradley on his right-hand side. He skates towards the centre of the ice. Corrick skates in, gives it to Bradley. He looks for a shot, and it's off a stick, off the leg of Picozzi. Really, really good stick lift there from Bradley. Pitbulls go offside, but the important thing for the Pitbulls is that they stop that breakaway.
Yeah, Podzo looked like he was in on net then, but Bradley with an unbelievable stick lift to take the puck away from him. I've looked at him, a sure breakaway there. Yeah,
just for viewers watching, we have 107 left. It says 18.7 on the stream. It's 107. Irons, there's a timeout Pitbulls, I believe, is what Irons has just, Mr. Irons has just signalled. A bit of a curious time to call your timeout, you'd say.
Yeah, especially with quite a lot of time to go left in the first. I guess you could say that they want to finally take advantage of one of these power plays that they've been gifted so often in this first period. But I wonder if they're trying to run a set play that they maybe practice in training here, so they want to try set it up from outside the blue line, take it in, and maybe fire a shot on net.
Yeah, I mean that's the logical thing. That they've obviously got a set play for a neutral zone face-off 5-on-4, but with 107 left in the first, it does seem like an interesting time to call your timeout. You never know when you might need it later on in the game, so certainly a risk to take it that early. But the people send up their top unit again. So Harding, Sasenis, Corrick. I think is that Tanner Butler out there with them as well. So is that the play? Sasenis shoots. Good glove save. Well, that answers the question of why Jamie Elson called his timeout. That very nearly worked a treat.
Almost made us eat our words of it was a bad timeout call. As Sasenis breaks in, and there's a good shot saved by Perry in the net. But one chip forward and we were in on net there, so Pitbulls were in on net there, and it's looked like it was a great timeout call. Yeah,
so Harding, instead of trying to win the draw backwards, just pushed it forwards, and Sasenis read it well, got onto the puck but couldn't beat Perry from distance, and the Cats will clear that. 55 seconds to go in the first period. Pitbulls in neutral zone. Trying to set up one more goal scoring opportunity potentially with this power play. They will have some time if they don't with the fresh ice in period 2. Here is Butler back to the blue line. Pitbulls again maybe a little bit slow. Back to the blue line. Butler thinks about the blast. Wrist shot instead. Blocker save. Perry bouncing around. Pitbulls can't get control of the puck. A stick comes out from a Cats player. And the Pitbulls just not first to those second pucks in the slot at the moment. 15 seconds to go. Butler. Here's Sasenis. Here's a big shot. That's blocked. Into Butler's skates, and that's going to be the last Pitbulls opportunity. Can the Cats score short-handed late on? It's a really big save, Norton, as the Cats come in 2-on-1. It was a pass out front from Bebris. I'm not sure who it was to, but really good stop, Norton.
Such a crucial save from Norton there to keep the Pitbulls up going into the end of the period. He's followed the puck all the way across and was there to make a save with his body. I think he might have squeezed it with his elbow to make sure it didn't roll behind him.
Yeah, and he's not had a lot to do, and sometimes that's when it's the most difficult to make those saves. You've been sort of puck watching essentially, and you're then forced into action at a crucial time and a big stop.
Yeah, as a goaltender, you always have to be ready. Like, I know I play football at five-a-side, slightly different, but you've always got to be ready for those opportunities so they can come at any point.
The Pitbulls do the sensible thing, get bodies in the line of the net, but they win the draw and they'll go in to the first intermission with a 1-goal lead, courtesy of that Johan Lindgren goal. It wasn't a power play goal, but it was set up on the power play. The Cats player just coming out of the box, and I'm sure we'll see a replay of it imminently. He fired from just inside the left dot, past Tyler Perry, across Tyler Perry, who has been probably the Cats' best player so far.
Oh, absolutely. He's made a couple of stunning saves, to be fair to the man. As you can see, the Wildcats circle it in their own zone across rink wide, and this is the save from Smithfield, which was tipped right out in front of him, which he thought was going to be a glove save.
Yeah, it does seem a while ago, but obviously the Cats 5-on-5 we've not played a lot 5-on-5, but they've probably been the best team 5-on-5. As we see, it's not the goal. It's one of the big chances down low with the puck just hanging in the blue paint. Yeah, the Pitbulls 5-on-5, probably second best so far. As we I believe this is the goal, as Lingren skated in from that left wing side, fired across Perry. The only goal so far. But yeah, 5-on-5, it was a while ago, but I think the Cats were the better team 5-on-5.
Yeah, they certainly did look the stronger side, but they couldn't stay 5-on-5, and that is what was killing them in that first period. The Pitbulls dominated the game at 5-on-4, as you obviously should do on the power play, and they looked very strong for it. They probably should have doubled, maybe even tripled their advantage with the amount of opportunities given to them as a power play.
And no opportunity bigger than this. Sasenis gets in behind Bebris. He makes the play he feels he has to. Looking back at the replay, Sasenis didn't have control of the puck really, so maybe he could have let that play out, but you never know that, and it's a spur of the moment thing. But Sasenis just tried to wait out Perry, but Perry stayed strong.
Oh, Perry beautifully tracked the puck there and didn't fall for any of the body feints at all. Was perfectly on hand to stop.
To see another penalty. That Sean Morris again, we've not seen too much of him. Obviously, he's not going to play power play minutes, but that's when you've played D for the first 3 games of pre-season. Maybe stepped up as a forward last night with no Owen in the lineup for the last sort of 45 minutes or so. But he's looked good 5-on-5. Yeah,
well, when he's been on the rink, he's been noticeable. He's always getting in and amongst it. Obviously, drew that penalty. There's a cover-up from Tyler Perry on the 4th attempt there. But, yeah, Morris played really, really well.
And, yeah, for the Pitbulls, I think in the second, I don't think they'll have as much power play time as they have had. Obviously, they will start the final period with the man advantage of 46 seconds, but or the second period with 46 seconds on the power play. But they just got to try and take some of these chances. They've been unlucky, I feel, with some of the bounces in and around the goal line. As we said, Perry has made a lot of saves. Maybe not, his rebound control hasn't been excellent, but his team have done enough, and he's done enough to cover the rebounds eventually. The Pitbulls maybe just need a little bit more luck in those zones.
Yeah, well, I think you've got to give a lot of credit to the Wildcats in their positioning. They're always cutting out the passing lanes. They don't want to let it get anywhere near the slot. And when the rebounds are out in front, they always have a man on hand to sweep the puck away before any Pitbull can get anywhere near it.
I mean, that's the positive of maybe slightly more defensive decor for the Cats and what the Pitbulls certainly had last year anyway. Like, you look at, I know they still put up points last year, but Tyler Plews, Stevie Whitfield, Sam Godfrey, all 3 of those guys really good in their own zone, really take care of the puck in their own zone, and having those guys is so key on those PK moments.
Crucial. They're always in the right spot as well. You never see a point where they look like they're stretched at the back. They're always in the right positions. They're always covering the lanes. As the Sasenis breaks in here, it's that beautiful timeout call.
Yeah, that was a really good chance. Maybe Sasenis could have skated in, and the really big save here from Norton at the end of the period. Just as you say, he tracked the puck well, skated across, and the Pitbulls, because of that save and because of the only goal of the first period, will take the lead into the first intermission. The Pitbulls, thanks to Gil Lingren, lead by 1-0. We'll be back in about 14 minutes' time.
and welcome back to the Pound here in Bristol. The players are back out on the ice to get the second period underway. But Lewis, what do you want to see from the Pitbulls in the second period?
Well, fresh ice, 46 seconds of power play time. The ideal scenario for the Pitbulls is this power play doesn't last 46 seconds. It's shorter than that, and they have that 2-0 lead.
Yeah, you think it always has to be crucial here for them to pick up a early period goal to get the advantage going into the rest of the game, honestly.
Yeah, it's tough because obviously every penalty kill in theory brings momentum to Swindon. They haven't taken advantage of it because they spent so long on the penalty kill, but you feel if they can stay out of the box and complete this kill, they'll be raring to go 5-on-5.
Puck is dropped and the Pitbulls win the face-off, and it's back in their own zone. Played out to the near side to Corrick. Corrick across the centre line, plays a rink-wide pass to Harding. Harding fires it in behind the net to a Wildcat player who clears it almost out of zone, and Corrick bobbles it, but it's back in his own zone. Out wide to Corrick now, who crosses the Wildcats blue line, but offside apparently, according to the officials. So the puck will come back out the zone on the near side for a face-off.
Yeah, certainly. One side of the ice was the offside. The puck right down on this side of the blue line. I think it's it might have been. Well, yeah, it's Senes on that far side that's been adjusted to the offside. Although the officials come in, a bit of confusion here. Pitbull skating as if it's going to be an offensive zone draw. Even more confusion as the penalties come off the clock. 5-on-5. I did think that the time on the penalty clock was wrong. I wasn't 100%, but I did think that it was the Godfrey and Warren penalties that were the late ones, weren't they? And it was Godfrey's number up there. So I think this is right. That it's 5-on-5 and an offensive zone draw for the Pitbulls.
So back at 5-on-5, facing the offensive zone is won by the Pitbulls. Bradley at the near side point into Harewood. Back to Bradley at the near side point. That to Harewood down the board. Across the ice pass to Lydiard. Lydiard in deep, looking for shot, comes in and over crossbar. Harewood recovers the puck in the centre circle. Plays it in behind the net. Harewood again. Harewood holding it in the left-hand circle. Skating around, looking for a pass option. Gets it all the way back to the blue line. It's held up along the near boards. Breakout pass for the Wildcats. Misses everybody and goes all the way down the rink. Lydiard's going to have to struggle to get the puck ahead of Malinsky. Puck in the back right-hand corner. Out in front. It's cut out by Bradley. Bradley looking at the boards to Harding. Harding across to Harewood. Harewood across the blue line. In through the defender's legs, but he can't keep a hold of it. It gets cleared to the near side boards. Wildcats come out of it, looking to break out with Lavelle. Lavelle across centre, across the blue line. Shot is deflected up and over the net and into the netting.
Yet another shot block from Neil Lydiard. That's what we're going to see from him as some lovely people walk right in front of the camera. Yeah, I mean, that's Neil Lydiard. We saw what his game wasn't about as Lavelle negated the icing, skating past him easily, but getting a stick in the lane there and deflecting it.
Face off across the near boards. It's won by Wildcats. Back left corner for Wildcats. Puck out in front is cut out by Lipsy. It's Serenis in his own corner. Loses the puck now. Wildcats take it up in the offensive zone. Puck's behind the net. It's broken up by Smith, who's then tripped, but no call on the plays. The Wildcats retake the puck in the far corner. I fight for it at the end boards. Lipsy's in there. It comes out with Bradley. Bradley then loses the puck in his own corner. Really soft giveaway there, but a great poke check there from one of the Pitbulls, from Lindgren. Puck cross centre now, back into the Pitbull zone. Malinsky on this chase, wins the battle, and Podzo in the near corner. Looking for an option in the corner. He's tied up along the end boards now. Puck still jammed up in the end boards here. Both teams trying to fight for the puck deep in the Pitbull zone. Refs calling play on as the puck is frozen. It comes out in front. Lipsy manages to get it to centre field towards Senes, but he loses the puck. And the Wildcats keep it in. The Wildcats deep in behind the Pitbull's net now. It's going to get... Lindgren comes up with the puck in his own end. It's pinned up along the near side boards. And the puck escapes the zone. And Lindgren plays it up towards Senes. Senes in. Left face off circle. In. Tight angle shot. Missed the net. Puck rebounds out to the far corner of the Wildcats end. And they clear the puck out. Puck picked up by Shaw now. Shaw down the right side of the Pitbull zone. Dumps it in deep. Well played there by Butler. Butler cycles the puck in behind his own net, looking for Bradley. Down Bradley now in this far corner. Fires it up the ring of the ice, and that's going to go the whole length of the ice for a icing's been waved off though. Looked like a short icing call there, but waved off. Morris now deep behind the net, forcing the issue on the Wildcats defence. Scrap for the puck behind the goal now. It comes up and the Wildcats don't get control. Pitbulls put it back in behind the net. Pitbulls fighting for the puck behind the net. It's going to ricochet to a Wildcats player, but there's a whole scramble behind the net for this puck now as it's jammed up the end boards. Morris is in there with Lingren, who's Lingren taking a hand to the face. Puck is still stuck behind the end boards. Not a lot of movement here. The puck finally finds its way to Bradley. Left centre circle. Plays a back shot right on and saved. And the rebound flutters up in the air. No Pitbulls player can get on the end of it. Fired up the end boards, looking to get it out. And the Wildcats do get it out. Butler's in a race to get to the puck now and takes it in his own zone. Tanner Butler now in his own zone. Brings it into centre field. Dumps it in. Chip and chase for himself. Doesn't win the race to the puck, but the puck is loose behind the Wildcats net until they find Lavelle up the near side. Lavelle dumps one in, looking for. It's a tight offside call as the puck sort of fluttered into the Pitbulls end before the Wildcats could take a hold of it.
Those are always tough ones for the forward skating through fast, trying to time that burst before the floated puck, and that time Lavelle's pass just not in time for Tower. But good shift there for the Pitbulls. We've not seen a lot of 5-on-5 time, but on that occasion they were the better team 5-on-5.
But they had the puck in deep, and the face-off is won on the near side by the Wildcats. Wildcats in their own zone. Long dump pass is tipped in by Chris Jones into the back right corner. In the Pitbulls back right corner, the puck is played up the near side, balls to Corrick. Corrick doesn't quite get it out. Colby Towers in the right centre circle. The shot is blocked by Harding. Puck behind the net finds its way to Harewood. Harewood makes a move on his man, and he's down the far side. Harewood looks across, spin move at the blue line. Holds it across the point, across to Smith. Smith now on the left-hand side, on the near side. Shot is blocked from Smith, but it's going to come to Harewood. Harewood circles at the point and dumps it in. It's cut off at the near side boards by the Wildcats, but a great track by Corrick brings Harding away. Harding back to Corrick. Corrick in front, shot stopped right on by Perry, who positioned himself very well and didn't allow the rebound that time.
Exactly what the Pitbulls were missing last year from Harding. Good work at the offensive blue line to turn the puck over. Harding with the drop pass to Corrick, and I think he'll be disappointed with that shot. Really, it's straight into the chest of Perry, and he'd want to work him harder than he has there.
Yeah, Corrick didn't really get a hold of all that shot to force a better save out of Perry, but the Pitbulls win the face-off in the offensive zone. The shot comes back to Sasenis. The shot is blocked, but he wins the point, puck at the blue line, but then loses it. But the puck will ricochet to a Pitbull stick. Lingren on the far side dumps it in. Lipsy's on the chase. It's recovered by the Wildcats, who cycle it in their own zone. Borzilis on the far side fires one straight up Main Street. Is inserted by Sasenis. Sasenis shot. It's tipped wide by Perry. Wildcats keep it behind the net. Sasenis pins his man up against the wall. Lipsy is there to help. He's upended, and the puck ricochets behind the net to Smith. Smith now plays it up to the far side for the Wildcats. The Wildcats break out just across the Pitbulls line with Borzilis. Borzilis across it. Skates out in front, and it somehow doesn't go over the line, and Norton's on the ground, but the puck is behind the net. He's then cycled back behind the net. Norton is still on the floor. Malinsky's shot is blocked, and it's going to fall to a Pitbull stick. How on earth that didn't go into the goal line, I do not know. Lingren into the offensive zone. There's a move on his man, but he's stopped, and Smith comes up the puck. It's a long, nice pass, but Bradley cuts it out, and it's now stuck in the official's feet, who's then kicked it to a Wildcats player. Wildcats over the line in front, stopped by Norton. What a save to absolutely rob the Wildcats player right out in front.
Two phenomenal saves by Norton. I thought as Picozzi skated in from that this right wing, he had a golden opportunity. No Pitbulls player challenging him. Norton comes out, makes the stop, can't cover the loose puck, bounces around the Pitbulls just enough, and then this second save is the Pitbulls allowed the skater. I think that's Sayers coming in at the back door, but Norton again comes across to Rob Sayers, and 6 minutes played in the second, and the Pitbulls still lead.
Norton keeping this score at 1-0 to the Pitbulls. The puck in the near side corner ricochets up the line. Now Pitbulls get it out towards the Wildcat zone. A forecheck from Butler. Butler in behind the offensive net, puts it out in front, and it's taken away by Lipsy. Lipsy now skating out his own zone, pass looking for Sayers just off the stick and into the Pitbull zone. Lewis skating behind his own net, comes up the near side, fires it out, and it's given away. And the little few change of position here as Dan Bradley now corrals it in his own end, up the lower boards towards Corrick, but Corrick loses the puck, and Lipsy's back for it. Corrick lays a body, and so there's And the puck is up the far boards for the Wildcats. The Wildcats with Shaw now breaking into the offensive zone. Dumped in by Sayers across the Wildcats player behind the net. Out in front, stopped by Norton again. The puck ricocheted out in front, and Norton was alive to the danger to rob Sayers, I think it was, out in front of the net.
Another really good double save this time for Norton. Puck sort of just bobbles out in front. Doesn't get a clean contact on it, the skating forward. I think it is Shaw, in fact. It might be certainly a cager, and a good first save, and then to cover the rebound. Really important stops from Norton in the last couple of minutes.
Pitbulls have it in their own end. They then put up the line towards Warren. Jay Warren now in behind the net. Takes his man down, fires one in front, but Lavelle is the only person there for the Wildcats to take the puck. And the Wildcats now break out across the centre, across into the Pitbull zone. They'll stop up. Puck to the near side, far side boards, then comes across the near side, back to Whitfield. Whitfield shots tipped in front and stopped by Norton again. Norton's having a hell of a second period here. Shot, rebound comes in front and Lydia blocks it to the side. Puck loose back out in front and the Wildcats take control. Wildcats in the far corner, drop one off from Lavelle in front. Rebound, Lavelle's top circle, stopped by Norton again. Norton in the right place at the right time every time at the minute.
Yeah, he's certainly being worked a lot harder in this second period than he was in the first. He's probably made as many saves in this second period. It was shots were 11-7 in the first, and Norton certainly has made 5 or 6 good saves in the last 4 or 5 shifts.
Norton being the only difference maker in this period here in this game, not to be tied or even being behind for the Pitbulls. Face off in the near side circle, breaks to the point to Smith. Smith dumps it in behind the net to Malinsky out in front, and it's a great stick from one of the Pitbulls players there. Back to the point. Godfrey's shot is stopped right on by Norton again. Puck fought for it in the corner for the Pitbulls. They don't come up with it. Godfrey back to the point, but it bobbles over a stick, and the Pitbulls have a chance to clear and they get it out of the zone. Back in the Corrich breaks the pass. And Corrich somehow nearly broke in there, but it ricocheted off his skate and all the way through to Perry in the net here. Sort of a dangerous start for the Pitbulls in this period. Yeah,
they come out and started well. Obviously, they had that power play opportunity. Whether they should have or not, I'm not entirely sure. I think they had some power play time, but not as much as they were given. The Cats are in the draw and get the clear. But yeah, the Cats are certainly grown into this period.
Yeah. Oh, Smith brutal giveaway in his own zone. The shot is wide from Porzingis. Butler behind his own net now. Surveying the scene. Plays it up the line towards Corrick. Corrick near side. Cross-eyes pass to Harewood. Bounces over a stick. Harewood now pressuring his man in his own zone. Puck rolls all the way back to the Pitbull zone to Butler, who's under pressure. Plays it to Smith on the near side. Smith makes the deke on his man to get into the Wildcat zone. Smith across. He's going to find his way to Corrick. Corrick in front, and it's covered by Perry.
Good work from the Pitbulls. Again, we spoke after the first period that maybe they just hadn't had enough fortune with the bounces in the offensive zone. That one again, it's a really nice pass from Sam Smith. Comes across from one side to the other, and then the pass to come back across just deflects off a skate and goes straight to Tyler Perry.
Face off on the far circle for the Pitbulls is wide. Bradley has it at the point. Bradley's quick shot is tipped just wide of Perry's net. Lindgren's rebound shot is covered in front by Perry. Lindgren's shot from the near boards found its way to the net, and Perry covers just in front for another face off.
Yeah, one of those that's always tough. The netminder maybe not expecting the shot. Saw a couple of those goals go past Will Curden last year, and just fire it at the near post and see if Perry knows where that post is.
Face off is back to the point from Bradley as his shot is tipped up over the net. Sesenis has it behind the net, looking for a pass option in front. Finds it in Morris, and Morris's shot is blocked away by Edgar Brebis. Wildcats on the break now. It's Josh Shaw, the ex-Pitbull in, shoots, scores! Josh Shaw against his former club rips one past Norton into the far corner, and a breakdown in defence there for the Pitbulls.
Yeah, and of course Josh Shaw, you know he'd want to score in this building. Maybe not the reception he would have liked to have received. He obviously was well liked at the time, but yeah, the Pitbulls allow the 2-on-1. The Shaw doesn't need it. Goes over the glove of Norton. It's a good goal, and he certainly celebrates that one.
Yeah, too quick for Bradley there as the puck nipped over his stick, and Shaw was in all alone and made no mistake past Norton, and the game is tied at 1 with just over 9 minutes played in this second period. The Wildcats win the face-off, and Novelle's in again here on the near side. Shot is fought off by Norton and falls to Harding, who can't get the puck out, and it's kept in by Jones. Jones cycles it behind the net to Tower. Tower on the near corner. Puck ricochets out in front, but it's kicked onto a Pitbull stick, and the puck is out to centre. Smith under pressure. Plays it into the zone, and Novelle's in on the far side. And circle centres, and it's off Norton and to Harding, who's got a wide open lane if he can find Warren, and he can't quite, and it's cut out by Smith. Tower brings it back in again. Body on the end boards and loses the puck. But a slow move sees the puck go back into the Pitbull zone on the near side. The puck is cleared up the line. Harding makes a move at centre, beats his man, plays it across to Smittle shot goes wide of the net. And it's going to ricochet to Lipsy on the near side, but the Wildcats come up with the puck. Wildcats breaking out now with Malazinski. Malazinski into the zone. A sharp angle shot goes over the net. And out of play, I believe, at the Wildcats bench. Which means
that shot there from Malazinski, that's not a shot you're going to see many players take on. Yeah, we are getting it's a call on the Cats. I'm not sure what for. Hopefully we'll hear it. The PA system is worse than usual in the rink tonight, so we have had some trouble. But the Pitbulls have another power play opportunity. It's Dylan Lipsy in the box, which makes things to the bench penalty. Maybe too many men.
Pitbulls win the face-off in the offensive zone. Bradley skates down the far side, looking for an option, looking for a lane to the net. Plays it back to the point instead. Harding now across to Corrick. Corrick on the near side. Corrick towards the place of it. Back to Harding at the top. Harding to Bradley. Bradley in deep for Sesenis. Across to Corrick. Corrick can handle the pass. Top of the right, top of the left circle. Corrick now looking for a pass towards the net. Plays it back to the point to Harding. Harding skates with it. Back to Corrick. Top of the left circle. Corrick across to Bradley. Bradley shot. Stopped right arm by Perry. Didn't know where the rebound went, but it's now behind the net for the Wildcats. Corrick against his man behind the Cats net. Puck ricochets in front, and Tyler Perry jumps onto it for a whistle.
Yeah, again Tyler Perry, the rebound control not quite there, but he's doing enough every time, and that is a netminder. That's all you have to do. That one snuck under his arm but goes wide. Pitbulls moved the puck well there, and Bradley with the good chance. And again, maybe the second time this period the Pitbulls have had a good shooting lane that they haven't quite taken advantage of.
Face-off won by the Pitbulls, and the puck ricochets in front, and the Wildcats are going to take it clear. Jones across centre, looking to kill some time on the penalty kill, maybe create an opportunity. Stops up in the Pitbulls' far side. Puck comes out the line, and the Wildcats won't touch it to negate the offside call. Corrick in his own zone now, brings it out to centre, drops it off to Bradley. Bradley back to Corrick on the near side. Corrick across the Wildcats line, takes it to the top of the left circle, back to the point to Bradley, but it skips over a stick and out the zone. So the Pitbulls are forced out back into their own end. Dangerous pass across the ice on Harding for Harewood, but Harewood manages to corral it. It's up to Bradley, who takes it across centre into the Pitbull zone, not into the Wildcat zone, sorry. Back to the point to Harding. Harding at the top of the box. Corrick left circle across, finds nobody. Looking for Harewood, looking for Harewood at the back post, but couldn't find him. Corrick now, back right corner. Sorry, top of the zone. Fans on his pass, looking for Harding. Harewood in deep on the near side corner, fighting in the puck with the Cats, and the Cats come up with it, skate it out to centre. Malasinski is battling with the puck just at his own end, loses it to Harewood. Harewood, little couple of dangles, but can't beat his man. Plays it out wide to Bradley, who's a pocket pass across, is met by nobody, but there are a couple of Pitbulls in an area, and they couldn't quite get a stick on it. The puck has found its way all the way back down to Norton behind his own net, who leaves it for Harding. Penalty has expired now. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Puck is lofted high and into the Cat zone. He's got battered on net. Lipsy rebounds there, and he can't quite get Warren couldn't quite get his stick on it as Perry got his stick out and flicked it away from the forward. Dangerous skating in front of his net there from Tower. Tower's pass is just about going to make it outside the zone. Wildcats break into the Pitbull zone, is halted on the far side boards. Dumped in deep, looking for Lavelle behind the net, but Bradley is there to take it away, but he bounces it off Lavelle, and the puck in front is had to be dealt with by Norton, who clears it to the blue line. Another shot is stopped by Norton, who's back to his old antics of keeping the puck out of the net again. Warren takes it in the far side, he's got a lane. Here we go now. Right side circle for the Pitbulls in the offensive zone. It's now jammed behind the net. looking for Warren, but the puck is going to escape. A decent opportunity for the Pitbulls there, but they didn't capitalise. Tower now to Lebele, who crosses the centre line and just dumps it in as they are desperate for a line change. Smith is going to take the puck behind his net and dump a long one for Smittle. Smittle, a 2-on-1 here. Oh, but the puck skipped over Smittle's stick before he could try and force the pass into Lindgren, and the puck escapes the zone and across centre. Smith has the puck back into his own zone, makes a turn, plays it up the wall to Smittle. Smittle off his stick and into the Cats' end. Smittle fighting for the puck along the boards. He's going to get it. Morris is going to come up with the puck on the far corner. Puck is launched up towards the blue line, but there's nobody there. And here comes Shaw again, looking for a second of the game, and a great defensive play by Lydiard stops him in his tracks, but the puck is still behind the net for the Cats. Played out in front. The shot is saved by Norton. Another great save from the Pitbulls netminder, keeps this game at 1-1.
Yeah, he gets his elbow out there, and more great work from Neil Lydiard there. We said maybe his strength certainly isn't his speed, but he gets back and denies Josh Shaw maybe another chance on a breakaway. But the Pitbulls really living on the edge here. There's 6 minutes to go, and Jamie Elson really won't be pleased with what he's seen in the second period. A
bit of a scrappy affair in the second period, I'd say, as the face-off is taken on the far circle and it's won by the Cats. Puck ricochets in front, but it's cleared to the corner by Harding. Harding takes it in the far corner, up the boards to Herod. Herod checked as he's trying to clear out the zone, and Norton's forced into a save. And the slap shot comes in, and it's stopped by Norton again. Puck's out in front, and it's cleared to the blue line. Kept in the blue line, kept at the line by Smith. Smith up the boards, and in deep to Podkidze. And a penalty has been drawn.
By Podkidze.
By Podkidze. I apologise to that man. I apologise for butchering his name. My bad. But a penalty has been drawn, which means the Pitbulls will be short-handed here for the first time in a while, really. It's been really only the Cats that have been taking penalties as of late.
I think it's the first kill for the Pitbulls. I know they've obviously Jay Warren was in the box, but I think this is the first kill for the Pitbulls as Corrick is called with 5:50 to go. Just a trip on Podkidze down low. It's a tough one, but it was an easy call. It was a bit like the one the Cats weren't happy with, is that the Cats win the draw, it comes out into neutral ice.
Beats Brevis at the line, and they're back into the Cat zone. Brevis to Lebele now. Lebele looking rink wide to Malasinski. Malasinski is going to get beaten to it by Bradley, but he reaches round to take the puck off the Pitbulls defenseman. He's going to bounce out in front of Billing. Billing wrap around, can't quite get it to go, as Norton makes another crucial stop to keep this game at 1-1. Lebele at the top now. Played to Brevis at the right circle. Back to Lebele, back to Brevis, playing a little give and go from those two. Puck is ricocheted off the stick of Bradley behind the net. Butler corrals the puck into his far corner, pins it up against the wall. A couple of Cats and Pitbulls fighting for the puck on the far side. Butler has it pinned up against the wall, doing a great job killing time off this power play. Still on the far side for Butler. It's going to come loose, and Sosenic can't quite get it out of the zone. It's going to come across to the right hand side to Brevis. Brevis into the slot to Lebele, back to Brevis, back to Lebele at the top of the point. Long shot comes in, and Norton, not very convincingly, but he makes the stop and covers the puck. A quite juicy rebound at the side of the net there, given away by Norton, but he's there to cover the puck.
Yeah, as we said a couple of times with Tyler Perry, doesn't get the clean stop, but the reactions there. Malasinski's sniffing around at the back door, really well done by the young netminder, the Cardiff Devils two-way, to cover up.
Face-off on the far right circle is won by the Wildcats. Puck deep in behind for Colby Tower. Tower fighting behind the net with Harding. Harding comes up with the puck and fires it all the way down the ice. Sorry, that was Lydiard, not Harding, my bad. Puck in the Wildcats' end now. Still skating it out in front of the net, pass to Podkidze. Podkidze skates it up the near side board, but his attack is cut out by Harding. Puck straight through the middle. Colby Tower is brilliantly checked by a Pitbulls defender, and the puck is cleared down the ice. A brilliant work from Sam Smith there to halt the Wildcats' attack. Just under 30 seconds to go in the penalty now for the Wildcats. Puck is played up alongside to Podkidze. Podkidze pass to Tower. Tower in on the near side boards. Plays it out in front of Podkidze. His pass across is blocked by Bradley, who plays it behind the net. Back in front in the near side shot is blocked by Norton, and an early whistle before the puck was covered there. So official lost sight, but it means it's another whistle and another face-off with 10 seconds to go in this power play.
Yeah, Josh Shaw battling away down low, and as you say, it was a little bit of an early whistle, but the referee he's trying to look through the net, and it's easy to see why he's blowing this whistle there. But the Pitbulls PK so far hasn't looked too bad. It was certainly one of the shining lights of the first half of last season, weakened towards the second part, but
face-off one in the offensive zone by the Cats. To the near side board, shot is on and it beats the glove of Norton, but luckily it goes past the post. Bradley behind his own net. fires it down the boards, and that is the penalty expired. We're back to 5-on-5 here. Lipsy takes it across into the centre towards Jewett, but it's not going to reach him. Puck is now back in the cat zone with Godfrey. Godfrey up the boards on the far side, and the puck is going to be dumped in. And the Pitbulls take it behind the net with Smith. Smith tied up behind his own net. And Lipsy comes in to help him, but the puck is still hanging behind the Pitbulls net. The puck is going to come to the boards. The quick shot by Tower is blocked. Puck ricochets to the blue line and it's kept in. And Colby Tower's going to have to go after that one again. Sam Smith's pass behind the net doesn't find anyone. Pass out in front. Jones is brilliantly checked from behind by Warren to stop a gilt edge opportunity. And Lewis is stopped as he tries to break into the zone. The puck ricochets and the Cats have it in their own end. Mason Lipsey's trying to win the puck back, but he can't get it off Chris Jones. Jones breaks into the Pitbulls end. The puck across the net. He finds nobody in a Wildcat shirt and ricochets harmlessly to the end corner. Tower takes it in the far side, makes a move. Finds Chris Jones in the slot. The puck ricochets off his backhand of his stick and is dumped in deep for Tower. Tower misses the puck and Lipsey's going to take it behind his own net. Lipsey fires it down the end boards, and this is going to quite easily go all the way down the end for icing. A needless throwaway there by Lipsey. I think he could have maybe tried to find something instead of throwing that down the pick like that.
Yeah, I don't blame him for bouncing it off the boards, but yeah, just a bit too much salt on that one. And thankfully for the Pitbulls, it wasn't too long a shift, but like it was end to end, so there's going to be tired bodies with just 2 minutes 30 left.
Lavelle wins the face-off in his own zone. Whitfield takes it at the top of the right circle. Shot is fought off by Norton, and he catches the rebound before it can drop back down to the ice. Sort of like a football chest control on that save there from Norton.
Yeah, very composed. He gets up onto his skates, makes the blocker save, and pouches the rebound at a good height. It would have been a high stick if a Cats player was in amongst it. So 2:30 to go, and the Pitbulls have Norton to thank that this game's tied.
Exactly. A little routine catch from Norton. Face-off is won back to Whitfield at the point. Whitfield dumps it in deep, looking for Lavelle behind the net, but Morris cuts it out. Butler now up the line towards Lindgren. Lindgren tied up along the end boards, but he does get the puck free and out to centre. Sayers across. And the the Wildcats have it at centre. Tipped in by Shaw on net. Norton's going to cover the puck for another whistle with just over 2 minutes to go in this second period. A period of which the Pitbulls have been under the cosh quite a bit here.
Yeah, I mean, we did say in the intermission that the Cats have been the better team 5-on-5 in the brief moments we saw it in the first period, but it's certainly been the case in the second period.
Face-off on the near side for the Cats. The Cats win it. Pod's shot is right on and it's stopped by Norton. Sesenis' clearance is a weak one and kept in at the line by Godfrey. Godfrey fighting for the puck in the far boards, and it's still in the Pitbull zone, but it's finally cleared out. And then fired straight back in again, but Lydiard's got time in his own zone. But he gives the puck away at the blue line to Malasinski, the man you don't want to give the puck to, and he skates it down to the end boards. Puck to the puck, rebound is blocked out in front, and the breakaway now. Oh, Sesenis misses the puck, and because he didn't touch it, it's going to go all the way down for icing. But nearly a breakaway opportunity for the Pitbulls there after a brutal giveaway in their own zone. Yeah,
Lydiard, as you say, the guy you don't want to give the puck to in Malasinski, but the Pitbulls do well, and yeah, that break-up pass for Sesenis just a couple of inches behind his backhand side, and if he corrals that, maybe we're talking about a 2-1 lead for the Pitbulls.
Face off on the near side. Jones is in the circle for the Cats, and he wins it back to Whitfield at the right point, who cycles it to the left point to Brevis. Brevis' shot is stopped by Norton into the far left corner. Lavelle now fighting in the corner, drops it to Morris, and the Pitbulls can break out. Here comes Lindgren down the left hand side. Lindgren skates left circle in on Norton and puts it wide, and the Cats are going to get an opportunity back the other way now. Lavelle just across the Pitbull zone. Lavelle's pass in front is cycled straight across the face of the net by Jones. Puck on the near side boards now. Harding fighting for it, but he's not going to come up with it. I don't think not yet. Yes, he does, in fact. And the puck escapes the zone to centre, with Colby Tower cycle it back up towards the boards. Harding is still fighting for it down that boards, but the Pitbulls are offside, so they can't touch the puck. And Harding does touch the puck, in fact, which means the face-off will be sent all the way down into the Pitbull zone.
Yeah, making a line change there. It would have been a fairly long shift for the Pitbulls, and that's always the tough thing when you're under the cosh. You finally get that change, but all you do is dump it in, and the Cats are coming straight back at you. Just under a minute to go, and the Pitbulls really hanging on here.
Face-off on the near side again. It's won by the Wildcats. Deep into the corner. Pinned up along the end boards, and it's fired across, and Harding will have it behind his own goal. Plays it up the far side to Harewood, who's pinned along the end boards. Harewood still fighting for the puck along the end boards, but the Wildcats have general control of the puck. Puck is still being fought for with a lot of bodies there. It's going to fall to Bradley. Bradley plays it to Corrick, who skates it across centre and into the Wildcat zone. His source of pass is intercepted and fired back out of his own zone. It's kept in, my bad, by Corrick. Corrick's pass is in deep and Godfrey has it behind his own net, but Corrick comes up with the puck. Cycles it in front and Bradley couldn't quite get a handle on it to have a shot on net. Harding's attempted pass out in front ricochets off a body and up into the netting.
Maybe it's tough to see it. Bradley, Harding was behind him, he's not going to know. But that puck that Bradley couldn't quite corral, if he'd let it go, maybe Adam Harding has the better shooting opportunity. But exactly what the Pitbulls want, 12.6 seconds left, the puck at the opposite end of the ice. They send Lipsy out. Can he win the draw and can the Pitbulls get one more chance? Lipsy
cannot win the draw, but Warren is fighting for it in the bottom of the end zone. And a spill for a Wildcats player in the corner. Under 10 seconds to go here, under 5 seconds to go. The Warren with the puck in the corner, and he's just going to see out the period here for the Pitbulls. And a score of 1-1, which you're going to say is going to favour the Pitbulls after that period.
Yeah, we spoke, as I've already said, 5-on-5, the Cats were the better team in that first period, and they've completely dominated this second period, and Ben Norton has been the standout player so far.
Yeah, Ralph Sasenis with that tight angle shot, which just missed the net against Perry. And then the Pitbulls had quite a few relatively decent opportunities in that period, amongst all the Wildcat opportunities.
Yeah, especially early on. Obviously, they had the short power play, and they did. The Cats grew into that period again, but it's the Pitbulls. I think Jamie Elson's going to be frustrated with the performance, and I certainly noticed towards the end of that period, just not winning face-offs, and that's the toughest thing. You lose a face-off, and straight away you're pinned in your own zone, especially when that face-off is already in your own zone. You lose the face-off clean, it comes back to this right D or the left D, and the Cats can get set up.
Especially on the kill, you've got to be winning. You've got to be winning the face-offs there to relinquish the pressure that you're facing. And they just couldn't do it for the vast majority of that period. And Norton was outstanding in that period, making a number of crucial saves to keep them up at 1 and then to keep the game at 1-1.
Yeah, I mean we've just seen the two best ones, the 2-on-1 chance for Sayers at the back door and Picozzi skating in from that right wing before that. He's a young kid. He's getting this is his only his second pro game. He's obviously only played under 18s hockey before this. That was probably the biggest chance that was outside of the goal, and I'm not sure who the cat skater was there, but he certainly would have wanted that one back.
Yeah. But Shaw here skating in behind the Pitbulls defence and ripping one into the far corner. Not much Norton could do with that one, but it's a really savvy finish from Josh Shaw.
Yeah, I think it's Dan Bradley just caught flat-footed. It's unfortunate. There's no blame on him. It's just one of those plays. It's unfortunate, and once Josh Shaw gets going, there's not too many defensemen in the league that are going to keep up with him. And as you say, rip one over the glove of Ben Norton. Not much he can do about it either. And
an opportunity there for the Pitbulls. And I think the Pitbulls could be slightly hard. Feel like it could be slightly hard done by not maybe taking a goal, but you always got to look back to that first period when they had so many power play opportunities and didn't take advantage of any of them, and it's now come back to bite them at 1-1.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, we look at the shot totals. Pitbulls only had 11 in that first period, and the amount of time they spent on the power play, they need to produce more than that, or they needed to produce more than that, and more really tough chances for Tyler Perry to stop, and they just haven't done that so far.
Yeah, so we will step away and take a break here at the second intermission with the score tied at 1-1. We'll be back in around 15 minutes.
Hello and welcome back to the pound. 2 periods of breathless hockey. It's only 1 goal apiece, but a tight game, exactly what you want going into the 3rd period.
Exactly, a really entertaining affair. The scoreline wouldn't tell you that, but just from watching the game, it's been a brilliant game. Hopefully, we get more goals in this 3rd period, and the Pitbulls won't live to rue their missed power play opportunities in the 1st.
We do still await the return of the Pitbulls. The Cats are out and ready to go. We did feel that the pattern of play would show in the shot total 19 to 7 in favour of the Cats in that period. Ben Norton, as we said, keeping the Pitbulls in the game in that 2nd period.
Ben Norton was phenomenal in that period, making a number of really smart stops, some in tight, some from distance, like really the star of the period for me. But you've got to hope that the Pitbulls can start putting more shots on net for Tyler Perry to force him to do the same thing that Norton's been doing for us, or obviously trying to beat him as well.
Yeah, only 18 shot saves for Tyler Perry, and 11 of those in the 1st. So he had that quiet 2nd period. The Pitbulls about to come out on the ice for the 3rd period, and for me, I think Jamie might have had to ignite a fire in that 2nd intermission.
Yeah, I think we want his team to come out and show a bit more fight in this period, trying to get a bit more tenacity on the puck and fight for the puck in the offensive and defensive zone. I just think that the Pitbulls just need to start putting more pucks on net, because obviously the shot total in that 2nd period was only 7 shots, which really isn't enough in a 20-minute period. So more pucks on net is what the Pitbulls need in this period.
Absolutely, and we saw a lot of whistles in that opening period. I don't think there's been any particularly poor calls, but the 2nd period flowed a lot better. Hopefully we see more of that in the 3rd as well. Yeah,
it's always nice when the game just keeps going and it's not broken up by whistles all the time. And the 2nd period was end to end. It was a really enjoyable period, and I just want to apologise to Valit Padkodzi for butchering his name at every possible opportunity in that 2nd period. I am so sorry.
As we get ready for 3rd period action, we're hoping to have Owen Sobchuk up and join us at some point in this 3rd period. We are underway with a face-off win for Chris Jones and the Swindon Wildcats. It's pushed in down the right wing, and the Pitbulls back in their own zone. That's a really good turnover forced by the Cats, although they lose it behind the net. It's Ed Bradley who nearly has it taken off his stick. Good battling down there by Colby Tower. The Pitbulls have a ball battle to the right of Ben Norton. It was trying to work out and do. Ed Bradley backhands it up the left wing, and the Pitbulls are away 2-on-2 here, hiding with the swing pass. It just evades Harewood, but he goes on the forecheck, can't quite get the puck off of Bedbris, and the Cats are recycling in the neutral ice. Dumped in by LeBuelle. Ed Bradley swings it off the boards. Kept in. Only momentarily the Pitbulls now have the puck. Their turn to dump the puck in. No icing. Just gained the red line. Malazinski batted out the end. Maybe with a high stick. Yep, it is with a high stick. And the whistle's going to go on Prakodzi. That was a tight call. Maybe could have got away with that one, Prakodzi.
Decent play there up the line. I think it was above his shoulder, so it is the right call for a high stick. And the Faceoff will come out of zone back into centre.
Yeah, exactly a minute played in this 3rd period, and nothing too much of note in that 1st shift of the game. But Pitbulls pushed the puck forward off the draw and caused a little bit of confusion, but Jamie Smith does enough. And the Cats have possession into the neutral zone and off the back boards and around. Cats fire out in front. That comes off of Norton. He doesn't know where it went. It went behind him. He's found the puck now, but the Cats work it up to the blue line. Shot on net. Glove saved by Norton. Saw that all the way and covered easily. And I'm delighted to say that Mr. Sobchuk is going to come and join me on commentary. He's joined by a rather dapper-looking Reece Cochran, also out of the lineup.
How are you doing?
Hello, Owen. What have you found of the first 40 minutes so far?
It's going pretty good. We're just controlling the pace of play, and we hope things start to work out a little better in our favour.
As the Pitbulls maybe get a chance here with Lindgren. Lindgren shoots. Good pad save. Just got the pad out in time, Tyler Perry. The Cats push the puck the other way, and they come away 2-on-2. Puck just behind Lipsy. No offside. He dumps it in behind the net. Thrown out in front by Sayers. If there was a Cats player waiting in the slot. He would have had a great opportunity. Jay Warren, can he find a chance? It's not Jay Warren, in fact, it's Senis. But no luck for him. Godfrey backhands it around the boards. It's left behind by Plews, but no harm done. Here's Josh Shaw on the right wing, this Cats goal scorer. He has it taken off his stick. Pitbulls go offside. It's cleared away. It's Tanner Butler to do the tidying up. It's off a poor control from Dan Bradley, and the Cats are into the offensive zone. Break into the back door. It's a nice break and play. Jones with the shot. Really good save by Ben Norton. And Ben Norton so far only his second senior game. Yeah. He really kept the Pitbulls in the game in the second period.
Yeah, definitely. He's standing on his head. He's making some big saves, and didn't really know he had it in him until I saw it. It's impressive.
Is it tough as a kid coming out of junior hockey and making your first few steps in senior hockey?
Yeah, I would imagine so, especially facing a team like Swindon. They have a lot of heavy shooters on their team, and he's making the saves, and he's keeping us in the game. I think he's playing confident, and you love to see it.
The Pitbulls win the draw when they work it up into neutral ice. Here's Luke Smittle, not seeing too much of him, but he skates in and gets a shot away, blocked away by Perry into the corner, and the Cats will be first to the loose puck. Turned over though, and Harding skates into the slot. Good stick lift though. Nice backhand pass. Can the Pitbulls find the loose puck? No, they can't. The Cats will get the clear into neutral ice. Good shift so far from the Pitbulls. Bit of a mismatch of a line, but they'll dump it in. And Jay Warren with that unique skating stride off on the forecheck. Cleared away down into neutral zone. And the Pitbulls will reset. Ed Bradley in over the blue line. He shoots. Good. Just about. Oh, Perry. He did cover it, but he flicked out of his glove. Luckily for him, it was the Cats players that were closest to it to quell any danger. The Cats could go away 2-on-1. The Pitbulls just forced to dump. Just keep it in at the line though. A board battle ensues. Sean Morris after it. The Cats get away with it and come down this near side. Although turned over by Bebris. Shot blocked. Morris looking to fire on net. That's a nice lead pass to Malazinski off the boards. Malazinski down that right wing shot. Really good save by Norton. He doesn't quite corral the rebound at the first time. Not 100% sure where it is, but he does enough and covers again. And you can't allow Malazinski that kind of time.
No, not at all. He's got a good shot, but like you just saw there, Ben's here to play, and he's making it look easy at this point.
Yeah, 19 shots he faced in the second period, and far busier the two netminders.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's just a little fatigue on our part. We're letting them in and have chances, but hopefully we clean that up here.
The Cats win the draw when they get it in deep, but Sam Smith in possession of the puck. Just pushes up the boards and the Pitbulls will break out through centre. Here's Harewood on the right wing. Harewood tries to find the pass to net. Perry makes a little pad save and fired on from a tight angle off the side of the netting, and Perry's forced to cover up. And do you think maybe the Pitbulls just need to test Perry a bit more? I think on the power play, trying to find a perfect opportunity too often.
Yeah, I think you just need to keep it simple at times. Get shots from the top and let the guys go to work and try and bang one in.
A chance there for Harewood in the slot, deflected, and another shot deflected, but Perry covers up. And obviously sometimes you find it maybe a netminder you know well, and you're trying to you know his weaknesses and you know his strengths. You think about that too much maybe sometimes?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. I think maybe even the other way around. He's been here before. He knows all of us. He knows what we're doing. He knows where we like to shoot. So he might be thinking he has the advantage, but I think we just need to test him a little bit more.
Pitbulls win the draw, but the puck fired on net is blocked. The Cats will get the clear. It's a risky pass, but it gets to Bailey Harewood. That's a risky pass, and it's turned over, and it's a shot, and it's a goal. Lebuele. Bailey Harewood with the pass across, looking for Ed Bradley. Lebuele intercepts and fires past Norton in the slot, and you can't give an opponent's import that kind of time, that kind of ease of a chance.
No, definitely not, and especially him with one of the best shots in the league. Give it to him in the slot, it's probably going to go in.
You do feel for Norton. You see the giveaway there, and it's tough. You can see what Harewood's trying to do, but as he skates away, he knows it's his mistake, but it's cost the Pitbulls the goal with just over 4.5 minutes played in this third period. The Pitbulls now need to bounce back from trailing for the first time. They do win the face-off, and they'll dump that in. Godfrey gets a pull out to keep that from going behind him. The Cats are away down the right wing with Sayers. Behind the net, Druitt tries to feed Sayers. Loose puck, good stick from the Pitbulls defenseman to get that clear. I think it was Ed Bradley, it's Lydiard down there in fact. And the Pitbulls will dump that in and go off on the chase. It's Butler with the dump in, but the Cats first to the loose puck. Maybe the Pitbulls tiring their forecheck that was so good last weekend, not quite there this weekend, and the Cats come away 2-on-2. Dylan Lipsey withdrew it, shot on net over the top. Cats fans it, finding their voice over in the far corner of the rink. Not quite icing, but the Cats will have easy possession. The Spikes come and joined us up here again. There's Malazinski down the right wing. Stops up well. Cats making a change, so no support just yet. That's a fairly loose pass, but the Cats first to it. Can the Pitbulls release the breakaway? They can. Oh, it's just ahead of Lindgren. The puck's going to bounce out nicely. Oh, that's unlucky. And Lindgren's hit behind the play. Probably close enough to not draw a call there for Lindgren, but Perry, an awkward bounce, but does well to cover.
Yeah, definitely.
How annoying do you find it stood on the sidelines watching on?
Yeah, it's not fun at all. Questionable call last night, but hopefully it gets reviewed and goes the right way, and I'm back next weekend. Yeah,
the clip has gone around on Twitter, and I think the consensus is it was a harsh call, but the Cats have possession now in their own zone. That's a nice backhand pass up the line, and a really crucial block there from the Pitbulls to stop that going in. Dan Bradley making the play. The Cats have possession in the neutral zone. Godfrey not Godfrey, that's Whitfield who dumps that in. Sam Smith first to it. Good stick from Billing to keep that in. Keep that behind the net. Smith uses his strength to free him from Billing, and the Pitbulls have possession and should get the clear. Do get the clear. Although it's going to come straight back. It's Picozzi. Picozzi with the shot. Good pad save going back across the goal. Nice shot from Picozzi, trying to wrong foot Norton. But Norton stays strong, makes a pad save. Tower takes the puck off his Pitbull's stick. Good work. The Pitbulls did outnumber him, but he had to work hard to get the puck back. Lipsey loses that puck battle, and the Cats will dump it in. Dan Bradley behind his own goal. A risky pass. The Pitbulls forces just dump it to the blue line, but not out. Out in front for the Cats into the breadbasket of Norton, and again the Pitbulls relying on Ben Norton to keep this a close game.
Yeah, definitely, and you can see that he's just calm and composed in there. No rebounds, he's playing well for being a second men's hockey game.
And yeah, like he's faced 26 shots in the first two periods, only allowed the one goal then. The two goals that he's conceded, nothing he can do about them, and he's shrugged them off well, as the Pitbulls can't quite get the clear, and that's going to bounce awkwardly. The Cats can't quite come up with it. That would have been a golden opportunity if they did. Turnover and neutralised, a bit messy. Lebuele in, nice dangle on Butler, tries to fire it on net, bounces off of Norton's pads and out. Cats first to the loose puck again. Happened far too often. Shot on net, deflected just wide of Norton's near post. Turned over by the Cats, and the Pitbulls member can come away. Smith is down this right side, shot off the leg, Jamie Smith's leg in fact, and the Cats will snuff out that attack. Pass off the boards. Cats going to look to change. That should be icing, and is. Well, thank you for coming and joining us, Owen.
No worries, thanks for having me.
Yeah, hopefully we don't have to have you up here too often. Hopefully you're back out there on Saturday, and all the best.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me. Take care.
So the Pitbulls just over 12:30 left, under 12:30 left in the game. And they create something. They've created precious little so far in the second period, and they lose that face-off, and that should be another icing call, and it will be. Bradley couldn't quite get his stick to the puck. The Pitbulls, just for strength play, the goal they concede, Harewood turns the puck over, and it's a tough play. He's trying to recycle the puck, but can't turn the puck over in that area.
Yeah, well, they had a risky one that they tried first. That just made it to Harewood, and then his lazy source of pass back was own goal straight from the Velo stick, and the rest is history.
But Harewood on the puck now. If there's anybody on the ice for the Pitbulls that can create something, it is him. Back to the blue line. Shot on net, deflected, just couldn't get enough wood on that one. Pitbulls do keep it in. This is more like what we saw in the first period. Here's Harewood, going to get a backhand shot away. Tries to turn onto his forehand side, whiffs on it, but Pitbulls keep it in. Shot on net, no Pitbulls out in front. And it's a clearance down the ice. Norton pokes that away with Lebuele chasing in. It's a nice hit on Lebuele. Can't see both skaters still down in the corner. Pitbulls under pressure. That could have been a trip there if Harewood had gone down, but he stays on his feet and the Pitbulls into the offensive zone. Tries to find the pass to Harewood, it's blocked. Chance for the Pitbulls here as the Cats turn it over. Out in front, chance. Is it there? No is the call from the official. The Pitbulls are celebrating, and it's a goal. The official behind the goal didn't give it. It's Poulton back there. He didn't point into the net, but it seems like we've got a good goal. They are discussing it. No goal. No goal is the call.
Harding looked pretty confident that he had put the puck in the net here. The turnover from the Wildcats, and the puck comes out in front of Harding, slides it towards goal, and he's celebrating like he comes back off the back of the net and under the pad of Perry.
Yeah, Harding celebrated that long before any decision was made. He was very confident that went in. The officials discussing it now. We can't quite see it on that replay. No goal is the call. Adam Harding can't believe it. Spike can't believe it, but the Cats keep their lead.
The fans' reaction says it all. The boos rang out around the pound, and Harding seemed pretty confident it was in, but the officials think otherwise.
Yeah, I mean Harding was celebrating. The Pitbulls skater out in front was still battling for the puck, but can the Pitbulls come away from that controversy? With a chance of the Cats here, 3-on-2. Shaw down the right wing side, breaks the net. Good stop by Norton. Bit of edge to this game now, maybe. The Pitbulls need to find that little jump. It's a nice cross-ice pass. Not quite kept in the zone by Sasenis. Nice hit by Ed Bradley. Ed Bradley on the puck now. Spins past Bebris. Feeds it forward. Messy play. Cats just about get the clear. Shot on net, deflected. Heavy shot. Stick save from Perry. Sticks it into the corner. And now it's the Cats' turn to be in their own zone and penned in. Pitbulls forecheck going to work and doing a good job. They force the turnover again off of Sean Morris's stick. Pitbulls keep the puck though. Can they find the cross-ice pass? It's deflected. It's the right idea, but can't quite find Smith on that far side. Sean Morris in after it. Cleared away. Can they get it out? They do just get it out the Cats. Just over 10 minutes to play. Here's Ed Bradley. Nice little spin to get away from Sayers. He's boarded by Bebris. That's going to get a reaction. That's a bad hit from Bebris.
It's a needless hit from Bebris because Bradley's going nowhere, and he just boards him straight into the far side boards.
We'll see if it's 2 or 5. It could be 5. I'm expecting 2, but yeah, it's going to be the easiest calls the officials make all season. Bebris to the box, and they've had trouble on the power play, but the Pitbulls really need to find that power play goal here.
It's absolutely crucial here with just over 10 minutes to go in the third period.
The officials are discussing this as to whether it's going to be 2 or 5. I really wouldn't be surprised. Yeah,
it's a nasty hit.
It is a nasty hit.
Straight on the numbers from behind.
Mr. Ions coming over to explain the decision to the Pitbulls bench. It's 2 minutes up on the board for Bebris. I would probably say it's fair. It wasn't completely malicious. He's not running down. He wasn't going at too much speed. I understand why that's the call, but the Pitbulls, as stated, need to get a power play goal here with 10:20 to go. Harding, a messy draw, but pushes it to Harewood, and the Pitbulls have possession with Bradley. Across to Corrick. Corrick shoots. Save Perry. Sneaks through him. He doesn't know where the loose puck is. It goes behind his net. Just gets back to his feet. The Pitbulls recycle the puck up high to Corrick. Here's Bradley. To Harding. Harding looks for a shot towards the back door. Pitbulls trying to force a turnover as the Cats have it. But the Cats will get the clear. Well, they don't get it clear yet, but backhanded down the ice by Whitfield. Or by Godfrey, in fact. It's Harding retreating to pick up the puck. He has it in the neutral zone across to Corrick. Corrick in down that left wing side. Can he get around Godfrey? He can. Can he find a pass out in front? He can. It goes back to Harding. Harding across to Bradley on his backhand side. Harewood can't corral that. It's Whitfield down low. He has the puck taken off his stick. Harding out to Corrick. Can he find a shooting lane? He can, but again, Perry makes a stop. The whistle goes too early. Perry didn't corral that rebound, but the whistle's gone. Just over a minute left in this power play. The Pitbulls changed that second unit that, not a power play goal, but obviously did create the goal that the Pitbulls scored tonight.
Yeah, they have to get better shooting opportunities. on this power play. They've created a few looks here and there, but they need to get properly set up and create a lane for the puck to find as the Wildcats try to clear it and then get out of the zone.
It's Lindgren on that left wing side. Backhand pass to Butler. We saw how heavy his shot was. Can the Pitbull set up a one-timer for him maybe? Here's Lindgren. He shoots, blocked. But comes back to Lindgren. Tries to fire it out in front. Is he held? No, says the official. And here's Picozzi. He'll get the clear. He won't get the clear, in fact. It goes straight onto the tape of Butler. Shot just wide. Rebound bounces out. Lindgren will keep that alive. He's hit into the boards by Jones, but keeps the puck. Jones doing a good job to stop Lindgren getting away. That's a nice turn from Warren. Feeds it out for Lipsy. Oh, it's a really good clear. Jones with a very clear cross-check. That's going to be another call. The Pitbulls might get a chance 5-on-3. It's certainly going to be 6-on-4 for the time being. Pitbull skate in, and it's a shot on net from Sasenis that stopped. But, I mean, it's a silly... Butler and Whitfield, Jamie Smith and Lipsy having a bit of handbags. But it's such a silly play from Jones. The Pitbull skater, I think it was Lindgren, just on the ice, and he just cross-checks him at the nameplate.
It's a needless foul to give away, penalty to give away. They're trying to kill the first one and then needlessly give the Pitbulls a 2-man advantage with 13 seconds to go in the original penalty. I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know what he's trying to gain from that advantage. Lindgren's already on the ice. It's not like he's stopping an opportunity. You see the replay of Butler's opportunity there.
Not just on the ice. He's offside. The Pitbulls have the puck outside the zone. He's on the ice outside of the zone. Interesting. Irons and Polton having another chat in front of us. Mr. Irons and Mr. Polton, I should say. But 13 seconds, 5-on-3. So a crucial face-off, and especially with the top face-off guy for the Cats in the box, in Jones. Harding can't come up with it clean. The Cats can't get it clear. The Cats do enough. The Pitbulls will get set up. 5 seconds, 5-on-3. Bradley shot off the outside of the post. Back to 4 skaters of the Cats. Picozzi comes off the bench. Ball battle down low. 1:40 left on the power play. Pitbulls trying to keep it in. Harding does that. Bradley now battling for it along the boards and golfed away by Picozzi. The Pitbulls need to get set up again. Corrick goes all the way back behind his own net. Here goes Corrick on his right wing side to Harding and across the ice. And so plenty of room for Bradley. Bradley goes down low. Spins, tries to feed it back out in front. Here's Harewood. Off his skate, but finds Harding. Here's Harding, back across the ice, just behind Ed Bradley. It was on his backhand side, maybe could have left it for Harewood, but here's Corrick. Finds Harewood. Harewood off the pad of Perry. He nearly knocks the net off. We're carrying on. Harding down low for Corrick. Back up for Harding. Pitbulls can't get a shot away yet. Here's Corrick across net. Goal! Pitbulls tie it up with the power play goal. And a goal they do deserve, and it's Nick Corrick. Maybe not his best so far tonight, but when you've got an import like that, his point scoring record last year speaks for itself, and the Pitbulls have tied the game on the power play. What
a finish from Corrick in the left face-off circle, and he rips it top shelf where Grandma hides the cookies. What a shot from Corrick. He's ripped it past Perry.
Almost identical to the Lindgren goal earlier in the game, and the Pitbulls have tied it at 2, and maybe they can get some momentum going. It's not been a classic so far from the Pitbulls, but they're in the game thanks to Ben Norton for the most part, and can they ride this wave and try and find a winner?
Well, the momentum is certainly in their favour now, and the ref's discussing something else on the ice before they take the face-off, but the momentum is now certainly in their favour, and hopefully they can go on and get a winner.
And it goes to show that silly penalty that Jones has taken has given the Pitbulls the game-tying goal. They win the draw. Butler up the left-hand side. That's a nice pass. Jay Warren in. Up against Bebris. Keeps it to Bebris' outside. Tries to feed it out in front. Can't quite find Lipsy. It's Smittle who fires it through the blue paint. Shot off a shin pad. Pitbulls will keep it in. Here's Dan Bradley down low. Warren backhand shot off the pad of Perry. Nice idea from the former Swindon player. Good work from him down low. He finds Smittle. Fed out for Warren. He comes back above the red line. Tries to find Smittle, but Smittle had already skated away, and the Cats will have possession. Can they get it clear? Because is that a trip? No, neither official has the arm up. Pitbulls have it down low. Comes out and the Cats will get the clear with Lebuele. And we'll just dump that in. Bradley captures that. Under pressure from Jones. Does well, turns away. Really smart play from the defensive defenseman. The Pitbulls will go into the offensive zone with Butler just over the top. Good release from Tanner Butler. We've seen that 2 or 3 times now tonight. The Pitbulls on the forecheck again, keeping the puck in, and it will stay in, but no Pitbulls playing down that left-hand side, and the Cats should get the clear. That's off a boot. Fortunate bounce of the Cats. That's fired in behind the net of the Pitbulls, and we're going to get a call there. That's a tough one. I think the Pitbull skater was already off balance and trying to see who it is. He hasn't got his back to us. But it's a tough call, but I can certainly see why it's been given, and the Pitbulls with just under 6 minutes get another power play opportunity. The
official really took a while to think about putting his arm in the air, and when he did, I think it's harsh because Bradley's well away from the boards before he gets pushed over here. But it is a stick in the back in the numbers.
Yeah,
the officials are going to call that every time.
He goes through the back of him, and it's 72 Billing in the box. Another good face-off guy for the Cats. So if the Pitbulls can tire Jones and maybe win a draw in the second half, but they win this draw, and it's Harewood with the shot off the helmet of Perry. He makes the stop anyway and covers up, but we'll have a little break, make sure Tyler's all right. But Harewood, very sporting, just a little stick tap on Perry's backside, and he'll take his time.
And you'd like to see Harewood getting the shot away early there. Didn't dibble-dabble on the puck at all. Just got it into a shooting opportunity and ripped one. And hoping Perry's all right here. And he's still got his helmet off, stood by the net.
Yeah, he's fine. He's just taking his time. Give the guys a rest. You know, you're on the PK. You've only just come off of the PK as well. So take this time when you've got it. And Pitbulls still have 1 minute 55 of power play time. I will say for those watching the stream, we do hope to have the power play time is up for the Leeds Knights game next Saturday as the Cats win the draw, and it's Bedbris who's going to skate out into neutral ice, just gets the clear. Pitbulls swing it back aimlessly into their own zone, but Ed Bradley will be first to that puck, and the Cats opt against going out after him. Colby Tower. Pitbulls down the left wing. Here's Corrick, the game-tying goal scorer. Back to Harewood. What can Harewood do with it? He goes back to Corrick. Back to Harewood. Bradley at the blue line. Back to Corrick. Pitbulls moving it fast, but not really moving the Cats players around. Bradley thinks about the shot. Goes to Harding. Harding out in front. Bradley in the slot. Opts for the pass. Out in front. Goal! The Pitbulls take the lead. It's that Lipsy at the back door.
It's Sasenis, isn't it?
It's Sasenis at the back door. A bit of a messy play, but it's the Latvian, the former Phantoms who take advantage, the former Phantom skater who takes advantage of the former Phantoms player in the box. With just over 5 minutes to go, the Pitbulls have the lead.
A tidy finish from Sasenis as he sweeps it through 5-hole. I thought Bradley was going to shoot there, but a smart option to give it to Corrick, who fires one across, and Sasenis just sweeps it through the 5-hole of Tyler Perry to give the Pitbulls a 3-2 lead.
A really smart play. The easy shot was to just try and push it in before Perry could react, but he was smart and, as you say, pushed it through the 5-hole as Perry tried to go post to post. But the Pitbulls now, they're going to have to be all hands on deck defensively. That's a good clear, and the Pitbulls might be in with Lindgren down this left-hand side. He's all alone at the moment. He tries to fire on net from a tight angle off the back of the netting and away. Cats restart from behind the home red line, going down there, that far wing. That's a nice pass through the middle for Billing. Billing tries to work his way around Lydiard, but Lydiard does well getting in the lane, and the Pitbulls clear into neutral ice. Maybe the pattern of play for the next 4.5 minutes already set. That's a nice breakout pass to Picozzi. Picozzi down that right-hand side, slowly working it. That's the fortuitous bounce to Godfrey, but a good stop by Ben Norton. Not had a lot to do in the last 5 or 6 minutes, but when called upon, makes a save.
It's that man again. He's in the right place at the right time. Puck hits him in the chest, and he just covers it. What a game he's having tonight.
Yeah, you do feel, not to touch wood, from a Pitbulls perspective, if the result stays as it is, you feel like he's going to pick up the man of the match beers as Harding sat on the puck after the draw. had a stick in the skates, upended, and takes a seat. Do over that face-off. Violation on the Pitbulls. Harding loses the draw. Cats have possession down low. Dylan Lipsey. Ball battle ensues just outside of the trapezoid behind Norton. The Pitbulls will clear the puck, just about get it out, and Harding thinks better of starting a breakout too soon and turns back. Pitbulls work out to the far side of the rink and tipped in there. And the Pitbulls, if they can work this well, Harding on the back end should come through and can't quite get to the puck before Bebris. Good work from the big D man. He skates over the centre line and gets it in. And it's down low now. Harding first to the puck, backhands it around, and the Pitbulls should get a clear and do. Into neutral ice. Dumped in, smart play by Elliot Lewis to dump that away. Cats work it straight up into centre ice. Well, that's fanned on, and the Pitbulls maybe had a chance. They might have a chance here. Breaking at speed, backhand pass, bouncing just outside the slot. The Cats managed to get the clear, but Sam Smith will keep it in at the line. Backhands it along over Lebuele. Just too deep for the Pitbulls, although it squirts out in front. Shot! Robbery by Tyler Perry. Really good save. Can't hold it, but the Cats are first to the rebound. They'll come away. 3 minutes to play here in the Pound. Down the right wing. That's a nice check into the boards on onto Colby Tower. Cats work it down low. Good stick check from the Pitbulls, and they're away 3-on-2 if they can work this well. Down the left-hand side. Fed out in front. Good body positioning from the Cats to stop the lane to net. And here's Lebuele. He turns the puck over. Very nearly hit Chris Jones in the face there as it was fired back in just over his head. Harewood on the forecheck. Dumped in deep. Lebuele out, Malazinski after it. Pitbulls have possession though. Come out into neutral ice. Dumped in. Smart play to make. Tyler Perry looking over at the bench. Probably just too soon, you'd say. Cats have it fired down that left wing side. That's surely going to be icing. Yep, Lydiard just about negates it. Or not negates it. Just about gets to the line in time, and Malazinski can't negate it. And the Pitbulls have the puck exactly where they want it with 122 seconds to play.
Exactly. But what a save from Tyler Perry to keep the Wildcats in it. Absolutely robs Bailey Harewood in the high slot. A great save, his best of the game by far. Yeah,
it did cuff him slightly and he didn't control the rebound, but a shot like that, all you've got to do is get something on it and stop it going in. If there's a rebound, there's a rebound, so be it. If the Cats into neutral ice, the Pitbulls put it back into their own zone, but they have possession, and the Cats not quick to get on the forecheck, although the messy play, and the Pitbulls, do they turn it over? Just about they do, and now here's Billing. He backhands it around the net for Picozzi. Goes all the way through to Malazinski. Tyler Perry goes to net. The Cats 6-on-5 now. The extra skater. Shot towards the back door. Norton makes a save. Can he find the rebound? Yes, he can. Sticks everywhere in front of him, but he's the calmest man in the building and covers with 1:25 to go.
Norton unfazed by anything in front of him. Keeps his glove on that puck to get that all-important whistle. The shot comes in and it falls in front of him, and he's down early to make the cover.
Yeah, phenomenal job, and the Cats will call their timeout, no surprise, with just over 1:25 to go. Again, apologies that the clock on the stream is not quite right. Oh no, the clock is right. They've done the timeout. They're ahead of me. That's the problem.
I think it's important here for the Pitbulls to get bodies in the way. Exactly,
and I spoke about this with Jamie Elston before the start of the season. That's why a guy like Neil Lydiard's brought in. That's his role. He knows where he needs to be in the defensive zone. Dan Bradley too, obviously very much at the other end of the spectrum in terms of age, but guys that know where to be in their own zone. And as I say that, it is Dan Bradley and Neil Lydiard out there. It's Tanner Butler, not Neil Lydiard. So Butler and Dan Bradley, Harding to take the draw against Billing. The Cats net still empty. Bit nervy on the face-off. Cats get a clean win back to Bebris. Bebris works it down below the red line. Cats work it back up high. Here's Malazinski, big shot on him. He fires at net, plenty of sticks in the lane. Shot just goes wide. I don't know if Norton got anything on it or it was just wide. Pitbulls can't get the clear, can't get possession. Out in front, over the top, bounces off the roof of the netting. The Cats try and work it out into the slot, and it's cleared towards the empty net. Well, not towards the empty net. That's wide of the empty net. Whistle goes, 56.7 seconds left on the clock. Cats, plenty of pressure. Malazinski, that big shot on the point through traffic, just evades the net.
It does, but who was there again? Norton was there again, and he might have got a piece on that rebound. That somehow managed to find its way not into the net.
We are at the wrong angle, but it was certainly close. Chris Jones on the draw this time. Pitbulls get a win. Can they get it clear? They get it towards the blue line, but not out. Plenty of pressure on, bodies everywhere. The Cats work it down low. Billing can't corral it. The Pitbulls are first to the puck. Billing does a good job though down low. Pitbulls, can they get on this puck? They do. And it's away with Harewood. Harewood with a chance to ice the game. He plays the pass, and it's going to be a goal. The Pitbulls with 32.5 seconds left. It's Nick Corrick, but he points to the Welshman Bailey Harewood, who has certainly made amends for the Cats' second goal tonight now.
It's the easiest goal of score all season. Just walks it into the net after a lovely pass from Harewood, after he managed to get the puck out the zone. That's Corrick's 5th goal in this building so far. He's only played 2 games in it.
The tenacity of Harewood, we saw at the start of that replay. Battles through 3 checks, feeds the puck through Malazinski to Nick Corrick, and Nick Corrick immediately pointing to Harewood. He knows who made that goal, and the Pitbulls have 32.5 seconds to kill. Tyler Perry back in net, and the Pitbulls, most importantly, win the face-off to keep Perry there. The puck in the Pitbulls zone. Perry still in net. Maybe the Cats, with it being pre-season, not too fussed to send him back out there. Pitbulls have the puck now anyway with Jay Warren. He'll dump that in on Perry. He plays the puck up to Labuele. Good stick by Dan Bradley. Phenomenal work from him late on. That's offside on Jay Warren. Correct call, but with 6.1 seconds left, the Pitbulls won't mind that whistle.
Not one bit. Keeps the puck as far away from their goal as possible. Although 2 goals in 6.1 seconds is probably 99% unlikely, but you never know in the game of hockey.
I mean, the Pitbulls last season maybe would have found a way to lose this game, but I think a rejuvenated team, a new roster, a few new faces, and the Cats win the draw, but they'll just pass it back to their own end, and the Pitbulls will round out pre-season with a 4-2 victory over their neighbours from Wiltshire. A victory maybe the Pitbulls didn't completely deserve, but a victory that the Pitbulls have earned through hard work in that 3rd period, riding out the wave in that 2nd period where Ben Norton made 18 saves on 19 shots. For me, he was the Pitbulls' best player tonight.
Absolutely. Without him, we'd have been dead and buried.
We'll see the highlights here. I did mention the Harewood making amends. That was the loose pass straight onto Labuele's stick, and nothing Norton could do about that, with much to say about either goal. But yeah, Ben Norton, phenomenal tonight. The good news for the Pitbulls last year, obviously they started the season without Tyler Perry. He took a while to get going. Will Curlin came in, did a good job, but maybe fell off a little bit. They didn't trust the net minding enough. This year it seems like they have 2 guys that they do trust, and so far they've both played well in their 2 outings each. Yeah,
well, Smittle did a great job last night keeping the game close, and Norton did an equally as good job, if not better job tonight, getting the Pitbulls a W. Corrick's goal is now on screen. He takes it to the left. Sorry, not Corrick's goal. This is Harding's
the Harding disallowed goal. I will try and speak to Harding after the game and discuss that with him. I think we're right up here that it's that Jake's right up here, and it goes off the back of the net and back out and under the pad of Perry. Harding was very convinced that was in, so
he was celebrating before everybody else had finished playing with the puck. I think Corrick was still trying to knock it in at the back stick, and Harding was already wheeling away towards the near boards on this side. So it's a bizarre decision, but one that didn't come back to bite the Pitbulls.
Indeed, maybe that gave them that little boost of energy that they needed, and it was a power play goal and a poor penalty to take from Chris Jones, and the Pitbulls took full advantage.
Absolutely, and Nick Corrick, what a finish. Good spin move from Bradley to enter the zone, and then that boarding from Bradley, that's the original penalty, was atrocious. But Corrick takes it high left circle and rips one. Oh no, sorry.
That was the really good save from Perry. Yeah. The Pitbulls. This was their best power play of the night for sure. The two power plays they had here, and here is the goal. Again, Bradley thought about the shot, fed Corrick, and almost an identical spot from Lindgren, but an absolute ripper.
An unbelievable finish to find that small gap just in the top corner over the blocker of Perry. It's a postage stamp finish.
And that's the call that's turned the game for the Pitbulls. It was probably the softest of the night. An absolute ripper from Harewood, that one. And the game-winning goal scored by Ralph Sesenis, the former Phantom player, as I said, with Billing in the box. And just a really smart play. I don't know whether he gets it through the 5 or just manages to sneak it under the pads, but the Pitbulls, that game-winning goal, smart play from Sesenis.
Very smart, right place at the right time. Knew where to stand, was right at the back post, and he's just first to the puck, and he just slips it straight in, little sort of swing shot into the underneath Perry and in.
And then the pressure was turned up on the Pitbulls. We'll see 5 minutes to go. They did create a couple of opportunities. That was the robbery. Perry's best save of the night. And I think Tyler Perry has been given man of the match for the visitors. I'm trying to think. I can't say too many Cats stood out tonight. They played well. They looked good 5-on-5, but that was throughout the whole lineup. And you look and it's the game-winning, or not the game-winning goal, the sealing goal from Corrick. But yeah, Perry, I thought he had a solid game tonight in the Cats net, and didn't have the best of seasons here, but he'll be looking to get back on track this year with the Cats.
Yeah, well, it's an encouraging performance from Tyler Perry tonight, albeit it's conceded 4 goals, but he did make some good saves, like the one you saw on Harewood just a minute ago. Perry, slight problem with the rebound control throughout the game, but the only one that went in the net was, ironically, the Sesenis one that found its way into the net. But other than that, Tyler Perry had a relatively good game in net for the Cats.
Yeah, maybe just the rebound control maybe is the only thing he would look to improve on tonight. But we'll just hang on for the Pitbulls. I would say the Pitbulls man of the match, but they do it last. So that's going to be all from the Pound tonight. It's the final game of pre-season. The Pitbulls pick up their 3rd win of pre-season. They win 4-2 over the Swindon Wildcats. We are back on Saturday night, and it's just a small matter of the reigning league and playoff champions, the Leeds Knights, come to town on Saturday. We will see you there for a 7 o'clock face-off. Thank you very much for joining us on YouTube this evening, and have a pleasant rest of your weekend.